Yes, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, my people, what's going on? What day is Saturday, the 8th of May, 2021. Open mic, you already know. Late hours, I know, FP, you caught me on that. Yeah. What's up, what up, window go? What's going on? I know, FP, you caught me with that one still. I was like, what? What's this going on? And yeah, what's up, man? What's been popping? Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's vibes in. And I always hate warming up. Just get into the zone. Just get into that zone. Yeah. Dadwani Ali, what am I, man? What up, man? Nagi, fuck, man. They want to go. It's like, yeah, subscribe. No good of that. Like, no good of that. Yeah, man. And yeah. I've been seeing a couple of mad stories that I wanted to bring up here, but seeing this late night, we might as well bring up still. Let me just pin up one or two things. Yeah. As we proceed, yeah. We'll just give her a little roundup what's been happening. So let's get into this one. So I already know. Always like to always keep a track of what's happening back home. And big up this brother, man. I love this channel so far. Man. It's a channel that I'm gonna put out the link as well. Please help the subscribe, share, like button for him as well. So hope you guys get back and enjoy. And
Welcome to MTV Somali Channel's nightly news bulletin. If you're new to us, please don't forget to subscribe in order not to miss out on our nightly news round in Somalia. In today's headline, maritime case not part of resumption of relations with Somalia and Kenya, says Deputy Prime Minister. Somali military leave Mogadishu following FGS opposition demilitarization deal. And UAE to inject $1 billion in Ethiopia Berbera infrastructure. We start with, Somalia has maintained the maritime case with Kenya will be determined by the International Court of Justice, ICJ, allaying reports that the two countries had resolved to an out-of-court settlement. Deputy Prime Minister Mahdi Gould, who has been Somalia's chief agent at the ICJ, said Saturday there was no correlation between the case and the resumption of diplomatic ties with Kenya. The maritime dispute will be finalized by the International Court of Justice following oral hearing completed in March 15 to 18 this year. Deputy PM Gould said. We are waiting for fair judgment, and diplomatic relations between the two countries is a separate issue. There have been media reports that the Qatari Special Envoy for Counter-Terrorism and Mediation of Conflict Resolution, Mutlaq al-Qahtani, had successfully convinced Somalia to drop the case against Kenya during his mediation on the diplomatic fallout between the two countries. The ICJ concluded the case in March and is expected to issue its verdict in coming months. Kenya withdrew from the oral hearings citing bias and inadequate preparations, but the court did not entertain its prayers for further delay. Somalia announced Thursday it was resuming diplomatic relations with Kenya, and it had since emerged the Qatari regime mediated the negotiations. The last group of military forces and opposition militias left Mogadishu Friday following a crucial deal between Prime Minister Mohamed Roble and opposition groups this past week. Heavily armed soldiers and militias were seen leaving various stations Friday where they had been based since April when the government and opposition sides inched close to full-scale fighting. Some of the government soldiers were drawn from the Hiran region in central Somalia. "We are sending our forces back to the frontline position to defend the country and its people," Federal MP Mahad Salad told journalists. Opposition forces mainly based in northern Mogadishu districts of Karan and Abdiaziz and parts of Hodan district have also left their bases. Prime Minister Mohamed Roble led the demilitarization process on Thursday and urged roadblocks mounted by both sides to be removed. The move followed a deal between Prime Minister Roble and the 15-member Council of Presidential Candidates (CPC) Wednesday. According to a communiqué from the meeting, all forces were to vacate the city in 48 hours. The two sides also agreed that deserting soldiers will not be punished upon return to their bases. Opposition soldiers were drawn from the Middle Shabelle region. The withdrawal of the forces comes ahead of electoral talks scheduled for May 20. The African Union announced Friday the appointment of a High Representative to Somalia, former Ghanaian President John Mahama. Mahama will be engaging with the federal government and the federal member states, and other stakeholders, including the opposition, to resolve the long-running electoral stalemate. The UAE through its ports operator DP World will spend $1 billion in developing supply chain infrastructure along the Berber corridor on the Ethiopian side to link with the port of Berbera in Somaliland. DP World signed an MOU with Ethiopia's Ministry of Transport Thursday that will see the Emirati-owned company develop dry ports, silos, warehouses, container yards, cool and cold chain depots, freight forwarding and clearing activities. It is intended that for export, DP World will offer services from origin in Ethiopia up to Berbera port, while for imports, it will offer from the port of loading to the delivery of shipments in one of the dry ports in the hinterlands or the final destination of the consignees, a joint statement read in part. The new deal happened 2 days after UK Ambassador to Somalia Kate Foster flagged off the construction of the 22.5-kilometre Hargeisa bypass, which is part of the 240 kilometres Berbera corridor on the Somaliland side. The project is jointly funded by the Abu Dhabi Fund for Development and the UK's Department for International Development. The road, which starts at the port of Berbera, terminates at Wajale town on the Ethiopian border. It was not, however, clear if the MOU covers the construction of the 696 kilometers road from Wajale to Addis Ababa, which is part of the Grand Berbera Corridor. As a leading global provider of trade and logistics solutions, we strongly believe that developing the Berbera corridor into one of the major trade and logistics corridors will unlock huge economic benefits for Ethiopia and support its ambitious development plans, DP World Group Chairman Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem said during the signing of the MOU in Addis Ababa on April 6. DP World is currently running a $442 million Berbera port upgrade, which it secured in 2017 from the Somaliland government through a 30-year concession. The new MOU bolsters UAE influence in the Horn of Africa region as it edges out its key competitor Qatar. Another UAE government-owned P&O Ports secured a 30-year concession to upgrade and run the port of Bosaso in Puntland at the cost of $336 million in 2017. Qatar, which has been at loggerheads with UAE courtesy of the Gulf crisis, is currently constructing the Mogadishu Lower and Middle Shabelle regions highway at the cost of $200 million. That's it for our nightly news roundup. Don't forget to subscribe in order to not miss more bulletins from MTV Somali channel.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello?
Alaikum salam, brother. How are you, man?
I'm alright, brother, man.
Yeah, long time, man.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm blessed, cousin. I was watching that with you. I'm up to date with all of that. I'm up to date
Yeah,
with
I love
everything
that.
I
I
just
love
watched.
this. I
You
love
know
that
what I
brother's
mean?
channel. You know, I'm looking for the link now. I want to play that. He's
Yeah,
big. He's doing his thing. Whoever this brother is,
yeah. Is
mashallah, I rate him.
he an English guy? Is he?
I don't know who he is, man. I don't know
Yeah,
if
because
he's
he sounded like American or English or something. But yeah, watching that, it just showed me like how we're still in control. You know, like because to tell you the truth, I was in the support with Farmaji because I supported him before. I didn't really support him that much, but now when I look back into it and I researched it, the last couple of years I've been supporting him because all he wants to do is make Somalia move forward by one man,
Yeah.
one vote.
Yeah.
And the whole world came against him because he said,
Mhm.
I want to do one man, one vote for the people to decide. So,
Mhm.
so that's why the rubbish, the stuff happened in Mogadishu,
Mhm.
and that's why DP World is there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And what do Somalia want? It's not about what the others want. We know why
Yeah.
DP World is there. Yeah,
I know.
because DP's the
It's business,
Emiratis.
isn't it?
Yeah,
It's money.
what does Somali
Money. It's
want though?
trade.
But I'm
It's
saying, like,
trade.
we
It's
know what everyone
mm,
else wants. Everyone else
mhm,
wants what Somali has. But what do
mhm.
Somalis people want? That's a
That's a
question.
good question. Well,
You know
that's
what
a
I
good
mean?
question. Do you think? No. Do you think what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
The other day, it's the elite. You see, the elite. That's مش معمولة يعني.
Yeah. Your
This is
best
a question
lahad,
now.
we call them.
You see, you know what? When we're talking with Nimo, yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
about from Ismail Umar all the way down to
Exactly.
Ahmedi, all of them. I'm not
Exactly.
every.
All of them. Add them to the
I'm putting
list
all of
because
them
they
from
are the
Musa,
Sah.
from Denny. I'm talking about all of them. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you think these men don't talk good of everyone? Like that become a suli, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that, like you're saying, that is a good question? Like, what is don't mudda bladan Somali?
That's
No
what
matter where
that's
you're from the borderline. So
exactly.
that's a
Mm.
question that I think. How do you ask that question for everyone? I think the main thing is, yeah, for me, it's like I always say poverty. If these people are
Yeah.
smart in it,
Yeah,
uplifting people, look at Barabad. Do you
what I'm
think?
saying? Yeah, cuz go on. Finish off.
Do you think done to good makuchila.com? Because the other day
I,
that had a good point in it. Yeah, there was these men that they caused that madness. You know, that kick and they're all in the room.
yeah.
So the slick.
Yeah.
We're huddling and doesn't put the money out of their
Exactly.
disputes and
Kids,
quarrels.
young cousins,
People,
families,
yeah.
relatives, everyone's, you know what I mean? So it's just what it is, brother, yeah.
Mhm.
The people that you just talked about now is the cause of this problem because they get paid by these so-called outsiders, yeah,
Outside influence.
influence to what do you
Mm,
call it, just kick back, you know what I mean, and let them run and let them do whatever they want to do. Like you said, even Ad Ismail Umar Gale,
mm,
yeah, he's the number one of the ones, the top ones
mm,
that
mm,
came against Somalia when Badda was good. He stuck up for Kenya a few times, not once, not twice, brother. You know what I
mm,
mean? So,
mm,
so then he another one. Then he gets paid by
mm,
the UAE. He works for the UAE.
mm.
Somalian
Yeah,
Somaliland president works for the UAE. They
come on.
work for them. They're workers basically.
Yeah,
But
all of them. All
I'm
of them.
saying, as a people, what do the
Mhm.
people want? Okay, we're starving, but we're gonna keep on starving. Nothing's gonna
And,
change because
and then
only a few
remember,
people is gonna make la'akta out of it, and the rest we're gonna be
mhm,
living the same. You
mhm,
understand? The Ethiopia is better than us because the people love their country. The people know what they want, even though they have a little fight and whatever happens here.
mhm,
Either way, they know what they want. Magarate. But what do Somalis as people want? Even the people that live in NFD, even the people that live Somali nation, as a nation, what do they want with you? And as we, because if Somali gets fixed, the whole nation is fixed. You understand what I'm trying to say, Baba? So I'll pass it to you, man.
I totally get you. I get you.
You
I
know what
get
I
where you're
mean?
coming from, yeah? I
Yeah.
get where you're coming from, but because dadka ma ka fikirayaan, look, dadka listen to this, we always forget. We always forget. We're sitting the privilege of our own homes in Europe and kusha kornele, yeah?
Mm.
And it's like, we tend to forget, like, dadka over there, they're just thinking about the daily meal. Hey, burrito lo cunayaan, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
So, for me, I've always like, alluded to this here. I think we have to look at the elite. See these people
Yeah.
sitting there.
That's
No
exactly
matter
what
what
you have
side of
to
the
aim
border
at.
you are, you got to put one eye. We have to put our Kabir
That's
lens
why,
down.
yeah, that's because we're
We're
more,
in the
we
21st century.
thank
Nothing
you.
will smoke so
Yeah.
it's out
Everyone's
there in the
coming to
front.
light now.
This
Everyone knows the truth
everyone's
now.
coming to light, and
Yeah.
I've always screamed this accountability.
Yeah.
With Nemo, this is the thing,
Yeah.
Somali. Can you look? I didn't listen to this. Can you
Yeah.
hold your cousin accountable? Say
Yeah.
if your cousin right
Everyone
now,
knows.
pussy will cook for the year,
Yeah.
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 Forget what his tribe is. Can you hold this? Can you look at this person as I forget his Qabil. Put the
Yeah.
lens down and say, this guy fucks up, or she or he, and whoever in power, we have to run 10 years minimum or something. Set
Yeah.
examples, like cruel. Like, I don't know.
I think what's happening now is people are finding out. People know in it because
Yeah.
communication online and that. And when I'm on Facebook and
Yeah.
everyone, a lot of people have woken up
Scandalous.
because people are waking up because the truth had it's been too long now, and
Yeah, it's
everyone can
scandalous.
see the truth now, and it's not hidden no more. It's all in our faces right now. You know what I mean? Imagine, there's Besh, there's Bela, there's Somali, all different Bela, Then you got Besh
Mm-hmm.
Lahad. That's the us.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the whole world or color. You get me? America, all these
Mm-hmm.
people have a say
Mm-hmm.
in what happens in Somalia. If a vote has to
Because
happen, and what
why?
kind of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like the
Because
best
they see the
had,
potential. Look. It's not even
yeah,
that yet. Look,
yeah,
Duncordan sees it geographically, location wise, Melbourne, the hub, anything in it.
sah,
Yeah.
sah,
Yeah, I'm coming from.
sah. So if they see
So they
that,
done.
so why they stepping on our necks and holding us down? Then you have to remember
Mm-hmm.
that they're not basically giving you like, yeah, go on, man, do build your country up. Yeah, go and do. Grow your own seeds and grow your own unto. No, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bashir has got. They basically
The
give you
outside
aid. They
influences.
give you aid, so you can literally you can't sell nothing on head on when you bring it to the market. ما فهمت فاهم.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Mm-hmm.
I was hearing someone tell me.
Yeah.
Bashir had the charity people and
Yeah,
NFT
yeah.
the cool Somali the joke. They were telling me bear lay but I get paid $100 bishi. I might as well take my $100 than rather than go to bear his kafala. I was like, what? You serious? Sasso color. So
Yeah, but
so
then again,
the
yeah, do you know it's midnimo?
it's like
Midnimo.
aero
Most
color. It's like same as
I
air.
know.
Like you living in this country, or girl. It's exactly like that, brother. If you
I
look at
know.
it,
No,
you know
but
what I
then
mean?
again, yeah, midnimo, yeah.
I
Does
don't believe
then
them
is
though.
it
You get me?
okay? I want to
Yeah.
ask everyone: is it on the shoulders of is it on the shoulders of دad كان قربها دad كان حق ملان شغلنا دad كان وحبرنا
Mm.
instead of relying on organizations like NGOs your dad can. Do you get where I'm coming from?
We need to step up. We need to step up, man. And
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
like,
people are
yeah.
stepping up.
Like
We need to.
you're
It's us.
educated on
It's
all of
our
this, yeah,
time.
and you've got
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
mate. If
our
you're
time to
educated on
do
all of this,
something
instead
about.
of moaning,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's
because we
not
always
about
moan,
moaning.
like,
It's all about. It's
teach.
all about
How about
doing
this? Instead
moves.
of giving that person $100, yeah, like
Yeah.
organizations that teach that person,
Sah,
person Sasaro, this
sah.
is how you do it,
This is how
and
you
then
do
boom.
it. No.
Was it
Better
was it
when
the
it's
old
like
saying that
it's
you could
not.
give someone a fish here, you feed him for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, or
Cause
for like
it's
for a
not. It's not.
lifetime,
It's not a
the
situation of
ability.
Berta. Listen to this. It's not a situation of Berta. It's about Bashir had. Don't want you in that bed to for yourself. Then that means you can feed your people, Kaga. They'll rather give you the $100 in what you call it in a camp, charity camp here at
Mm.
Skitchukted, and then get that
Mhm.
$100. My
I
family
know.
now. This is going off all over Africa. That's what Africa ain't getting nowhere because they're taking money from that what the Mahakala, yeah, and then charities are
Mm.
coming through, yeah, and they're paying us like that to not work
Mm.
in our shaqais and no color. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
and if they're the ones that could and have so this is where all the drama is coming from. How do you think these people in Mogadishu, how do you think they came in with all that weapons, fam? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? How do you think they just slided through and they're carrying the UN, getting UN, how like that car came from Hirshabelle. Who's in Hirshabelle? Djibouti army's there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Sort of thing. So you have to ask yourself, these Al Shabaab stories. The Al Shabaab, I don't even believe in Al Shabaab, Jiran fam, man. There's people out there. Al Shabaab is probably standing
Yeah.
next to you. Magarate. Like, this is coming
Mhm.
from the outsiders because
So
Somali
you saying
long
you
ago.
saying that
Yeah.
you saying Mednimo, it's a smoke screen. This Al Shabaab film.
It's a small screen, man. I believe it's a small screen, man. It's been like that. All right. All this the Mogadishu that was happening recently. Did you hear any Al Shabaab movements?
Mhm.
I didn't hear no Al Shabaab movements, man. I had one little story. That's after when they were about to leave, but I never heard nothing on while this thing was happening in Mogadishu. you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, the Western world, don't want Somali to rise. They'd rather keep him like that, keep him in like that, and Kagurtan, whatever they need, you know what I mean? Whatever they need to take, they could take. And then later in time, still had the DB World. DB World hasn't done nothing. They've just been sitting there. They'd rather have you stay there in your little corner. They might build a little road to your house, yeah. But they completely, the people are starving in Butland, yeah. The guy then he started using dollars. My God, I tell you, fam. I speak to a family relatives of mine that live there. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. So the situation right now is fam. It's for us to, and I know a lot of people that's actually doing something about it. Had to like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? People just need to connect and start to do. But like I said, man, I fully support Formaggio, man. Like, you know what I mean? I fully support that guy, man. He tried to do his best in it. But the people are not looking to work with him, but he tried to do his best, you know.
Yeah, whoever sits, this is what I'm saying, accountability. I've always said, whoever's sitting on that chair, it's like any chair in East Africa. Like I always say, kursi makan kursi in it, To me means across the board of all these guys in it, they're selling that Wadden coming.
Exactly.
They're selling that left, right, center, and that's what pisses me off. Hence why that's why I always say prostitute nations. A lot of people got pissed off. They're like, Khalid, stop saying prostitute nations, man. I'm like,
It is though. You have to
sell for the biggie, all of it.
It's what's happening. It's a reality, bro.
Because you know what? It's fancy. You know that video that the brother MTV Somali, Big up the channel as well, where he played in it,
Which one is
$1 billion to make a road. MTV. I'm gonna put the link in the channel. Bro.
Yeah, put it in here. Let me watch it. Still, I'm gonna look at it later, tomorrow or something, or later. Yeah, go.
Yeah, well, the sister said this because people from the West back home make money out of the country and high leadership rather than empowering youth and education. So we take place in leadership. Yeah, that's what it is, sis. That's what it is. Because I'm sick and tired of NGOs not doing nothing. I like
NGOs don't do nothing.
The whole agriculture, how can you be sitting on a berry,
Yeah, like I was saying, Bobby, man, they'd rather pay these people off. Like, these charity people are blocking as Somalis and Africans as people. When they bring new charities like Erta, there's people that work and there's people that love to live on Erta. You know what I mean? Every friend of us has got someone who doesn't like to work. You get me? Who'd rather take Erta. My family, they'd rather go out there and earn his money. That's all they are. Like, they just come. They tell you, you know what, go to refugee camp, $100 siyan, malagi yara siyan, breeze, until yara siyan. Boom, it. That's why there's nothing going on in Somalia. And they don't want that to happen. That's why they still want 4.4. What's the thing called? 4.5. Yeah. Magatu, 4.5 is good for the Western world because they can squeeze some guy to sit in that chair for them and mess up you know what I mean? Do what the same thing they did in Mogadishu recently, mess the situation up. So Somalia don't move forward. Magarate now. The first people to scream about when Formaggio said when Formaggio took it to the court and then the court agreed for one man, one vote, the first people to scream was England, Norway, and the rest of the European countries, UAE, Kenya. You should have seen all their newspapers and what they were releasing and what they were showing. My God, I tell you. So Somali's got a lot of enemies, man. So inshallah,
no, but do you know what? Do you think it's always about? No.
But alhamdulillah, he showed us that everyone knows how the whole world knows how to what's going on. So I just need to wake up and just get together and just. You know what I mean? No matter where you are in Somalia, you get me? It's one nation, but that's the main thing, innit? Somalia is one local, one religion. You know what I mean? Okay, Qabil is done, man. It's 2021, wallah, man. Like, come on. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
you can say that, but
quite after so. Just to know after so. That's it. Like address.
That's it.
That's it.
But I could document.
Like do you know who uses qabilka qaftamako baqanay? You get me? That's the person that uses qabilka. I'm someone who wants to gain something, who wants to step over you. That's who wants to use qabilka. Like how they did recently. And all that. That's the people that use
and they all sit in a room.
Nah, they're all
the other
sitting
day,
in the room, they're chilling,
actually,
their families in America or what the
they were like,
Who cares?
I know. I was thinking to myself,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, والله إلهي وسهل صومالي. Somali needs a lot of dua. Hello, dua. والله dua بدنا وبهانتها. Inshallah, قبح هنا والله. We're so to know that now. I see a light through the tunnel. You know what I mean, bro? So yeah.
No, but how can you like this year again? Yeah, these politicians as well. Yeah, they're calling mad shots and they're making this year and they live in what the European top. Shouldn't we? How do you hold them accountable? Even the Europe also that's what I'm thinking.
Oh man, that's another thing, man. The only thing is you can write something to the government of what the country they're living in. What's going on right now is in Norway. Hassan Ali Khair, and they're writing reports about him, what happened recently in Mogadishu, how they brought rebels over and stuff like that. So I'm just using him as an example. I'm not aiming at him. You know what I mean? I'm just using him as an example. My God. So you can actually even take him to court. My God, in the country you're living. You know what I mean? You can write papers and report the person. My God, you can do it. There's loads of ways of going about it.
Well, I know.
You know what I mean? Because the guy
Just you know his mid just a guy hates it. Anyone into cryptocurrency? No, not really.
Not really, man. A friend of mine was telling me about that recently, but nah, man, I'm not really like stepped into that zone yet.
Yeah. I know, Sissy. I hear this. Everyone go, but how feasible is everyone going back home? This is the thing.
Come on, Salma. Come on, man.
Selma. Now, Sister Selma's dropping some gems out here, yeah?
Yeah,
but how feasible is it from people to go back home? What incentive?
There's loads of people from here gone back home. There's so many people.
Yeah, but the incentive. Yeah. I know.
There's a lot of people gone back home and they're doing the best they can in it. The best they can. If the dollar is not working with the people, if there's no government, how can you do anything? You're gonna do something, but you're never gonna get to where you want to get to, my God. Because the government's working for outsiders, done to outsiders. So you're not really as safe as what you think you are.
Well, I don't know, man. For me, the other day we had a brother, Ilmi. He was in Mogadishu, and he lives there. He's from Holland, and he lives there now. He's just telling me, all it is just admin. You get me? It's just admin, peace, stability. That's what everyone else is screaming out for. From there on, I think, like the sister said, then when a lot of people can relocate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can live back home. Come on, like I'm not saying that. Like back home, there's a lot. There's so many stuff to do, Walala, man. That's your home, innit? That's your home, man. Back home, man, is best place to be.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Sister smashed it. I saw something about Sudan. I saw that. I don't know if I got the link in the video.
Yeah.
But that is the main thing. That's why I was saying to Midnima, the sister said, "How about educating?"
Oh, education is very important, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I tell a lot of people.
Very important, man. That's
see when people are handing out, all
Wallahi,
the charity thing.
Yeah,
I love the charity thing. I love the charity. Yeah. I'd say
charity,
people in
Sadaqa, charity is part of our deen, so we're meant to give charity. That's how that Muslim the percentage of your earning is good to give charity. And with the education, like you said earlier on a conversation, how education is very important. The education is needed, man. And nowadays we got technology, phones, everything. I was back there, man. People got better phones than I had, man. They were laughing at the phone I had. But education is very important. That's
why I said that. That's what I recommend to everyone.
It doesn't reach.
I know, man.
Yeah, wallahi, it's very sad.
Everyone if people is like,
I agree with this.
This is where Qabil, sometimes Qabil comes in handy. If Tom called if they just started investing in school where the whole village is just in this.
Everyone
It takes a village to raise, man.
Yeah, everyone raise back together and just build schools and that's very good. Wallahi. Very, very good. Very important. And I know a lot of people that were doing it on live, and I came on and I sent some money like that. So that's a very good one, Allah, man.
Yeah, you get me. I got hit up by my cousins as well back home.
Yeah.
When you're on Facebook, they're like, "Oh, I something." I was like, "Alright." Ones. This brother said, "Before we can rebuild our country, we need to defeat our enemies." Who is our? But then again, you know what, Momo? Yeah, who is our enemies? That's what I'm saying. I know, like I've always said this. I think the worst thing is adults look alone. First things first. We are our own adults. We are adults ourselves.
How we are own enemies.
We need to sort this adult thing ourselves.
Yeah, because the outsiders are coming in because of our own self. Like, it all starts from the root.
You get me? I said, well, I'm not like I've always said adults and then you have to look back at deep history. Why nuclear structure? Why did my man, do the mad thing? Why this happened, that happened? And then when I saw, one time, one side, the US was here, Russia was on this side. You got caught up in but there's bare multitude factors here. But I agree with you. Outside forces, but should we start really blaming outside forces for everything? Go ahead.
You have to remember when you have a golden history, and you are the defenders of Africa. When it comes to Africa, you was defending Africa from east side.
I know for 100 years. No one knows that history as well,
100 years, you get me? So they planned this. They planned this because they thought these people are too intelligent. These people are like, you know what I mean? They're unstoppable. We can't get in there. Like, they were hard to defeat Somali as the Horn of Africa, as a people. Like, you know what I mean? Our great granddad's been fighting for so long, and then they've been planning. These people have been planning. They wrote books and books about us, and they wrote about where every Qabil lives and who's Qabil and who's this and which Qabil don't like that Qabil. You know what I mean? Divide and conquer, and it worked for them, and it's still working for them. And they still using the old tricks.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say, broski. In 2021, I'm trying to say, is that still neo-colonialism? Is it still a mindset that is the shackle still in the mind? You say it.
Of course it is. Of course it is, man. Of course it is. Recently, what happened in Mogadishu? People getting paid. You know what I mean? They're getting paid for it, and all they had to do was come online and say, and then that's it. That's all it took. You know what I mean? So this is still all they had to do was the European and the Western and UAE was to do is give them la'agir and tell them ki'iyah. Somali.
No, do you know sister asked Sister asked, why did no Somali rap? Because do you know what it is, well, this is what I love about there was a brother called Rad when he first come on the stream, innit?
Yeah.
He even showed me Somalis had, calligraphy going behind them, for like farq going behind them. Or like a chochi. You get where I'm coming from? And it's been proven, and that's what I said. Maybe 40 and a good chochi. It's like Habashi and Amhara. It's called, I don't know, get the Busa script. I know what's it called. It was called the Ismailia scriptures.
Yeah, I know.
It's on YouTube, and it's for Somali, innit?
Yeah.
That's why history, innit? Because we're all history.
I know exactly
that's the thing.
What you're talking about. The Adal Empire came.
They had their own little farr.
Yeah, they had their own writing, and that is true. So Osmania writing in the hand. Yeah, wait that existed. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know your past, you don't know your future, Lala. So you have to go back into your past, Gaga. You have to
but then again,
my God,
you have to reteach that. But where do you start with Somali history? Where do you actually start off? Where do you pinpoint? I don't believe this myth, or they Arab image or not.
Let me kick my little bit about that. Let me kick my little bit about that. Let me tell people this city. This is the case with Daroti, Saqa, Qabila.
You're Darot, by the way, innit?
Yeah, I'm Darot, Baba. I'm Rubahan tested. So basically, what I think it is, yeah, and a few people I know as well. We all think the same, Mokali, yeah, that we've spoken about is that when Islam came to us, odaga magaciisa ay isku bedelay Ismail ama Ishaq, but there were no Arabs. Ma garatay? See how when you become Muslim Mokali, magacaaga Mahdi, like Mahdi or Ali, you know what I mean? Magacaaga la bixisa, ma garatay? And then afterwards, odagaasa ku aftirsanay. But odagaas wasn't Arab. Ma fahamtay now? Odaga with the respect of Islam, magaca qaatay. Ma garatay? But I don't think bloodline came in it high. Ibn Ismail or Ibn Ishaq or ma
Oh
garatay.
no.
This is what I think.
Yeah, because you know what it is. I heard some chillers claiming that. I'm hearing people there, and I'm thinking, bro, was it something just to claim?
It's just a
You
claim.
know?
It's a claim, brother.
Yeah.
Like, come on, our DNA
DNA,
don't even match that. Come on, man.
I know,
If it's 2021 and you still believe that, yeah, then I don't know, man. You need to go
daft.
back and Allah, you know,
Someone
like
they try to tell me this. They try to come up with this bin Hashim, bin something,
Bin
bro. And I was
Hashim
like, yeah,
related to maybe,
nah, man. I don't know, man. These my man just had
I
the
don't know
names in it,
about
yeah.
that. You get
I know,
yeah,
cause I was thinking to
Allah.
myself, all of my nah, come on, man. That's why I say,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe Somali the identity, you know, with the diaspora as well. Yeah. Do you think that the identity crisis for all about
Yes. That's a big
or
one as
this
well.
core
Wallahi.
fundamental
Oh
Somali
yes.
identity is not really
Yes,
known?
don't get it
But
twisted
all
though,
these,
Akh. Don't get it twisted
Mhm.
though, Akh, yeah? There are
Yeah,
Arabs living in Somalia, like Arabs living all around the world. The Arabs
yeah,
that
yeah.
live in Somalia. So
Mhm.
there was a talk the other day in one of the African channels, yeah, and a sister came on and she said, "We are
Mhm.
Arabs, innit?" And I said to her,
Mhm.
and when I spoke to her, and then she told me Arab, and then we spoke for a little while, and then she goes, "Yeah, I was born in that area, Mogadishu, doom." I said, "So your father was, my great grandfather came from Yemen, so you are Arab, huh? You're right, you are Arab, buddy. Magarati,
Mhm.
you see it now,
Mhm.
but claiming the thing she got wrong now had the office here. She said Somalis are Arab. All she had to say was,
Mhm.
"I am Arab. My great granddad is Arab. Yemen Mali,
Mhm.
Somali
Mhm.
Mali. Then my
Mhm.
mom, you know what I mean, mixed together, Mogadishu, you know what I mean. But she was Arab. But Somali don't done it are Arabs. So when I corrected her about that, then she corrected herself and said, "Yeah, I'm
What
Arab."
do you think? What do you think?
Magarati.
Abdi try to say, yeah, no one in this world. He goes, no one is 100% of anything in the world. We're all mixed, somehow, some way.
You can
Somehow,
say
some
that.
way. We can. Yeah,
Somehow,
you
some way
can.
you can. Somehow, some way, huh?
Because
But then
people
everyone,
migrated, they traveled, people traded,
yeah,
that
you can
was
say that.
the You can
You
say
can
that,
say
but
that,
to say
huh?
one,
Huh.
but to say for me, it's daft to say
Nah,
one
but
Arab
that
guy came from somewhere from Iraq, and then
oh
his
Dalai,
cousin called
nah,
Saeed. No,
Saeed, nah.
like,
So, that won't
nah,
back it,
I
man.
don't.
You need to come
That's a myth
stronger
for me.
than that. That's a myth for me as well, man. That's a myth for me as well.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You could be all mixed and everything. But even to
The
dish
boy.
Somali makaiti to dish
Mhm.
man. Just look at your people. You look at your household kaga. Egg. You
Yeah,
don't
Allah.
have to look at the outside there. Somalis as that kaga. Go back home and sit with them and egg sit on the wall. Okay, they might even go to that kafta lidigi neighbors something or kafta udo. But even then, we're kafan and fam. My God, I tell like so. Nah, that's very. That's another situation where I say I don't know about that, mate. My God, I think about the mixed thing.
Nah, that makes it normal. Someone said,
Now maybe
Dapper
yeah.
said,
Now people living all over the gaff.
so
So
where
yeah,
did our forefathers come from? That's a good question. Then
that's
Mega, I don't
another
know,
one.
Mega, how did they
Like,
came out, didn't it?
like
Meshi ignite.
look at the still ماشي قاعد
ماشي بيترو حقيقة
Somalia
لا نلقاها لا حقيقة لا
وعيك
ذوك
صدق
نلقاها لا
yeah
اه
that's the good one. But yeah they're Somalis all out Somali banda Somali ba isku bixinay Somali baa noqonay that's it
Someone
Somali
tried to
baa
say we
ahead
never migrated. Someone said we didn't migrate from anywhere. You never know, man. You never know. How do you know the Arab might not come from us?
That's it. I
didn't know it's the other way around.
That's it. Exactly. How do you know it's the other way around? I told someone that recently as well, fam. How do you know it's not the other way around? You know what I mean? They're finding. Recently, they found a baby body that was found in Kenya and one of the oldest East Africa. They're finding a lot of bodies or been buried there for how many centuries? Scientists found it and that. My God, I think. So. Allah ya'lam, man. Allah ya'lam, you know. But it's like you said, identity crisis.
I wanted to listen to. There's a little story that came up. Yeah. I wanna watch this little story in it. Yeah.
Go on. Put it on fast.
I gotta watch this. Let's watch it. The boy died goes in.
Put it on mic on the whole.
Put it on, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a bit of a funny story. I wanted to watch it, but let's watch it.
Okay, go on.
iyo barteena baraha bulshada ee Facebook arrimaha qarsoon waxaanu ku leenahay nagu soo biir waxaanu kuu soo gudbinaynaa muuqaalo argagax badan muuqaalo yaab badan fanaaneen caan ah oo Soomaaliyeed oo u kala shabay laba show oo habeenka ciidda lagu qabanayo Muqdisho
من الشارع maxaa qaldan inaad wax ka markeen
abo macaa waxaan leeyahay hadal iyo dhamaanti hadalaan laga fiirsan iyo caanaan laga fuuqsan feeray wax ka yeelaan inaa ku furdoonte isa ku rarin
inaa ku furdoon
yaanu ku rarin
ma rarayo marka horeba
halmaam hadal kuma jire waxa dhameystiraya arshe
leynayde inaga liidan ku raaxaysanayna leynay ninkii uu haweyn hogaanka fanka uu hankaaga oo dhaafo reer hebel ya ninkii uu haweyn hogaanka fanka
hankaaga oo dhaafo
reer hebel caadiga haydi abaan adqanahay horta.
You want to be an IT pro, so you must have all of these tools. Remote monitor.
عمر يجلس كذا عندك معك هذا اللي بنت وذي شوفان صح عندك معك عمر عندك عم حكت اللي معك عمر هذا الكوادي هاي ووركي أو كوبان أو كومبو كجرا عمر إنه كلا ملنا عمر إنه كلا
فادي
قاعد من هوس
باكرانك وين باكرانك
هوس صدق لا
haddaba inta aynaan muuqaalkeena falanqayn waxaynu u gelaynaa barnaamijyo aad u badan oo dadku aad u hadalhayaan fanaaneen aad u fara badan ayaynu ognahay inay maanta ku sugan yihiin Muqdisho oo ugu yaraan ilaa 50 fanaan ayaa isaga kala yimi daafaha geeska Soomaalida iyo weliba meelo badan oo ka baxsan sidaynu ognahay fanaaneen badan oo ka hayaantay Hargeysa ayaynu ognahay inay ku sugan yihiin Muqdisho sababtay u tageena ay ahayd inay dadkooda Soomaaliyeed la soo farxaan maalinka ciidka iyo weliba iyagoo u ballan qaaday ilaa inta ay halkaa joogayaan ama ay ku nagaanayaan lama oga xilli ay ka iman doonaan qaarkood waxa ay sheegeen inaanay kaba soo noqoneen si kale haddii aan u dhigno dalkoodii ayay joogaan fanaaniintan Soomaaliyeed ee dadku si kale u falanqeeyeen horta run ahaantii fanaaniinta faraha badan ee ku sugan Muqdisho haddii aynu si sax ah u turshino ka waran 50 fanaan oo Soomaaliyeed oo meel isugu yimi show kaliya haddii ay wada qabtaan taas ayaa keentay in laba qaybood laga kala dhigo iyaga oo weliba isku raacsan oo aan midna mid aanu ku shidayn dadka qaarkood ayaa sheegaya in fanaaniintani ay is-cunsuriyeeyeen oo qaarkood looga saaray in ay kuwii hore ay la socdeen ay ka maarmi waayeen haddaba fanaaniintan ayaa qaarkood la sheegaya in la kala iibsaday fanaanka Ismaaciil Aarka oo ku biiray kooxda uu hogaaminayo Dayax Darnuush iyo Shaadi Sharaf oo ah kuwa ugu cadcad ee ruux doona habeenka ciidda magaalada Muqdisho halka kuwa kalena uu hogaaminayo fanaanka magaalada Muqdisho Luholin la yahay ee Sharma Boy iyo weliba masrax mideeyo haddaba fanaaniintan faraha badan ee Soomaaliyeed ayaa qaarkood looga digay baraha bulshada sida uu ku
I didn't realize how many mistakes I was making in English until I started to use Grammarly.
It's like having a proofreader and an English teacher right there.
Speaking English is
baahiyey muuqaal uu ku duubay bartiisa baraha bulshada daahir calasow waxa uu sheegay inaanu ka qaybgeli doonin fanka ismaaciil aarku haddii uu ka qaybgali doonana ay wax ku dhici doonaan lama garanayo waxaa dhici doona balse culimo badan oo soomaaliyeed oo ku sugan muqdisho ayaa aada uga dhiidhiyey habeenka ciidka intaas oo fan oo magaalada muqdisho ka dhici doona si kastaba ha ahaatee dadka soomaaliyeed ayaa habeenka ciidka lagu madadaaleyn doonaa heeso iyo weliba waxyaabo kala badan oo ay soo bandhigi doonaan fanaaniinta aadka u faraha badan ee ku sugan magaalada muqdisho sida uu baahiyey dayax darnuushe isaga ayaa hogaamiye ka ah oo weliba gacan weyn ka geystay sidii uu isugu soo ururin lahaa fanaaniinta ugu cadcad muqdisho haddaba muuqaaluu duubay cabdidhaanta uu barihiisa bulshada ku baahiyey ayaa isagu waxa uu sheegay inay
Yeah, midnimo, man.
Yo.
I know it's kind of frustrating, yeah.
والله بالله
Yeah.
even I think this بالجارة هذا even يجي العقل سيرو يا ورد كاريو. Well, it's good to see. فنانيال should get
Yeah.
together والله. It's been the mother they
I know
united
you're wrong for
together.
now, no.
والله
They want to have a big show in Mogadishu. I know
Yeah, let
some
them
people are
والله
going to be like, oh,
بالله
that's bad.
كانوا ما قرأت والله. First it was the
I
government.
know.
Now here see cool the singers بقوا ماذا أعوذ
I know.
بالله
That's
والله.
even what the
This is
sister
just
said.
sad. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just sad.
Yes.
Man.
Is that South Africa?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, Khalid.
Southside. Salam
Alaikum
alaikum.
Assalamu
assalam.
alaikum.
My brother South Africa. Talk to me. Would you say kick out
How you
Cronky?
doing? Yeah,
Southside.
Yeah, how you
thanks so much,
doing?
Liba Club. I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
How you doing? South Africa, what do you think about that the conversation right now? You still
Yeah,
there?
about the video I was watching, and actually, it's kind of not surprising because like if every sector and every industry in like Somalia back home has tribalism, so it's not surprising that even in the music industry or whatever industry, there'll be this, whether it be journalists and stuff like that,
But I
media
want to say one
houses.
thing, brother. I want to say one thing, yeah. Do you think the capital should be changed? The capital city, Mogadishu, should be changed to somewhere else. Think
I
very
think they
hard
should.
about
I
this
do.
one.
You know what I
Think
think? You know
very
what?
hard
If there's
about
only
this one,
big up Wu Tang.
Yeah.
Big up my brother Wu Tang in the building. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, big up, brother. Salam alaikum.
No, he's coming back. Sorry, his
He
connection.
slipped up.
I
He
think
slipped
that.
up.
Do you think like this brother's from South Africa, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
South Africa.
You know that
Somali,
country?
South Africa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you know Somali was Somali getting in it. Well, I got you think he's from
Yeah,
there, innit?
so
I got you thinking.
Nah, but
Okay.
yeah, he's a diaspora from there, innit? Yeah.
Oh,
That country's moved the capital how many times? Yeah. I'm trying to say, don't even have a capital. How about that?
no, with us we have 3 capitals. We don't have
Exactly.
one set capital.
Explain
Yeah.
that part to me. How
So
does
Cape
that
Town
work?
is where the parliament is.
Okay.
Bloemfontein is where the highest court is,
Mm.
and in Pretoria is where the administrative, where the admin is, like the administrative, like the House of Union,
Oh yes. The administration.
where the president
House of
lives and
Union.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where the president lives.
Yeah.
But he also lives simultaneously also in Cape Town,
Yeah.
and he can move to that too, because the parliament is in Cape Town,
Yeah.
and the Union of Buildings is in Pretoria.
Mm.
So that's why we have 3. So there's a judicial capital, the parliamentary capital, and the administrative capital. It's the only country that has that, to be honest.
So what did you? So what? What do you think of a system like that?
Yeah, that makes it above anything better than what we have right now, bro. Because that was 10 years we've been waiting right now. You know what it was like?
I know.
10 years,
I know.
Yeah, I mean, anything better than right now. You gotta make some kind of changes. If something doesn't
This
work,
is why I say, yeah.
you gotta do
Why
something
didn't I say?
different. What gotta do?
I know.
You can't just be.
What about this here? You guys, yeah. What do you think about the breakup to unify again? I know,
Break
but
up.
as a summer, yeah. Break up to
Break up,
unify, because you know sometimes the one nation thing. As a Somaliland, I still want my independence. You know, you get what I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I still believe in like the Somali United Nations or whatever. Yes, Wu Tang. You there,
What I'm
brother?
trying to say.
Yeah, I'm
let,
here.
me,
Assalamu alaikum.
let me tell you something.
Alaikum assalam.
Once Somalia area gets built, official, not even built, like official, like has a government, a strong government, which they don't take from the outsiders like everyone else does and pocket their money. I'm not talking about them kind of ones. I'm talking about proper government. Yeah, they can help the rest of Somalis all done. You know what I mean? They'll follow suit, but we don't find that right now. We don't see that in it. That's the thing. Because division is just gonna break into more bits. Because when you divide the people, Somalia, look, there's so many states in Somalia, and there's new states getting born. So division is not working for Somalia. I'll tell you that. So gone. I'll pass it on to someone.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, and with that, and talking about the bill, and me personally, and from looking at it from the perspective of even religiously, there is nothing wrong with the bill. Tribalism is just it's just the way that it did that and that it's practiced. That seems to be basically it's all right and to differentiate
Recognize. Just to recognize the person where he's from, Nika, like he's
no, just to realize it's a postcode, really, innit?
Yeah, postcode.
Like you're from around there.
Oh, you know how to
look.
You see now when you drive through Somali. You see now when you drive through Somali, you start from wherever you want, start from Wachale and drive all the way down, yeah. And then you say to someone, I'm that Kabili over there. They'll say to you, get off there, boom, there. Oh, your uncle lives over there. Magarate. This is how they use a Kabili back home when I got lost or Kale. A few times. I said, you know what? I told them my uncle's name, my great grandfather's name. Oh, come with us. Magarate now. That's the only reason why they still use that Kabili still back there.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, and if you're using it like to practice and to know of one another and like to know each other basically, and that's fine if you're using it that way. But if you're using it like to discriminate against another individual, that's where the bill is going wrong. And I was thinking about this earlier, and I was thinking, why don't we have discrimination laws in Somalia? Why doesn't the government put down discrimination laws? Like in the UK, we have this Equality Act 2010. And where you can't be discriminated under certain grounds, like such as race, religion, sex, and stuff like that. And like
because
in the workforce or stuff, you can't go on.
Do you think why? Because do you think why it wouldn't work back home? Because we're what's it called? We're a homogeneous group. Like we're all one ethnic. That wouldn't really work, innit?
I mean, what you're saying right now?
I think it's more for me. Wu-Tang, I think the Gabialed is seeped down into culture. I think it's more of a cultural
deep into
thing.
The roots. It's deep into the. But you know what? It's changing right now.
You get me? You have to kind of sort of deep.
Yeah. You know what? It's actually changing right now. As we're speaking right now, this is speaking together right now is a change itself. Magarate. You know what I mean? This information we're passing to each other is a change. Magarate now.
I know.
For us to so things are changing. Magarate. It only takes time for it to become a law. Mafamte. But first thing is first. Had in Somalia, the government's trying to put their foot down. And every time they put their foot down, they get in my head.
Blowback.
The outsides is getting blocked and blow. Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna happen because now what the government now nobody taught people and I watched them the way they did their work. I promise you this: more youngsters are gonna follow up. Magarate want change.
Yeah, but then again, nobody didn't it kind of flop because what Khaira started doing? You have to. Because I think that was a disaster.
You know, you have to remember one thing, Bobby. Yeah. Somali the office here, as a person, nobody had a whole team working together. So if Khaira flops, the other ones are still doing they're still in their position, carry on whatever they have to do, and it come to time for Dora Showy now. Whatever they could do. Whatever they tried to do, they did their best. They took another step. Somalis as a people. When I'm saying Somalis, I'm talking about the whole Somali nation. Because if you're Djibouti, you still got 4.5 C in Mogadishu. If you're from Somaliland, you still got 4.5 C in Mogadishu.
But this is the thing. Sorry, no. It's not about denying it. Maybe I don't want to see from. This is the problem with Nimo, yeah. Well, sorry, I was born in, like I'm first generation refugee. I don't want to be running House of Mogadishu. Like,
That's
the
what I'm
last
saying.
30 years.
So remember when I said to
No
you,
one can tell me nothing. No,
this is what I said to you.
And I'm sorry. I don't. Any brother and sister from the blue side. I'm not trying to offend no one. I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm just trying to speak. It's open mic. I'm just trying to come from an opinion.
What I said to you right
as
now.
an Warawagoyi,
Yeah,
for the last 30 years, yeah, I cannot be. It happened
depending on
before. I ran with
waiting for Mogadishu. I go with that.
It's not even waiting for Mogadishu. It's just Walalo. Last time I joined the union, I nearly got ethnically cleansed Walalo off the face of the map.
Yeah, but
and that's true. You can see, you can see it from every angle you want. But that's
no.
I'm going to be talking as a person. This is how. I just want to go ahead.
You can't be. You can't. We ethnically chased out and wiped out. واحد دعي ما هن ولا لا دجال بعد دعي قبيل بيسكت الشيء host بسي عادي قبيل بhost السكوسي لاي ما قرأت ولا لا. So when we
not really. After 1991, maybe I'm talking about when the whole government decided
before
to
1991.
No, but if a government, if a government decides to wipe out a certain people and bomb their own people, that's ethnically cleansing. It was East African Holocaust that no one speaks about. Instead of being defensive, let's just call it how it is and say, you know what, it was that regime. Instead of like being defending.
But the regime are gone. That's 30 years gone now. The regime
but there's other regimes there, but no one has actually sat down. But no, it's not even that. You just can't say wait a minute.
It's true though. But listen to this.
Sorry, sometimes you know what frustrates me? Do you know what frustrates me?
I tell you what, family. I tell you what, everyone in this channel lost a family in Somalia. Everyone in this channel right now, every Somali person has lost a family in 1991 and back in them days. But some people decided to forgive and say, you know what, let's move on from it. Some people are still recovering from it. Magarati. So we can't dwell on that. Magarati wala. As a Muslim, وأنا هوري أسعتد إن الإسعافيو in a way the mat because while it's happy, really and truly, that way it's happy and Baba. We live together.
Not really, then. So okay, minimum. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to throw this one out there. Why can't Somalia say to Somaliland, here, welcome, boom, what happened to you was a disgusting sort of thing. Here's your independence.
No.
What happened? Would that be one of the greatest gestures of Somalia?
Okay, cuz.
Wouldn't that be? Forget
about Somalia. Forget about Somalia. Put Somalia aside. How many Qabilas live in Somaliland? Apart from Ishaq.
There was it Gazabusa?
Okay.
What's it called? Ishaq, Bahante. Shall I count you guys? Sometimes I don't. Warsangeli, Dolbahante. I don't know. You guys sometimes we're not one. We're different. I don't know.
No.
Speaking to Ataro is a bit difficult, isn't it? Yeah. One time,
listen to this.
We're not like always in this.
Okay, listen to this. Listen to this.
So I don't know whether to call you. Okay, who is واحد again or واحد نلت again والله اللهم صل على يا مال كيف انا لت again واحنا لت again
لا حبيبي ما فقشني
واحنا لت again
بحنت
and
عيسى
I don't want to say their name. What's it called? What's that name, man? I don't want to be derogatory again.
Now let's not go deep into it. I'm saying the main ones had office. If I didn't mention you, inshallah, write it down. But you're involved anyway. Has all of them agreed on independence?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, you have to ask yourself your question because I've been there. Most of Nurbahanta that I've seen even now, maybe one or two people will say to you, no, I don't agree with independence. Most of them will say,
someone say I would. Some people say I would as well.
What the small percentage that we have?
Then you have to be sensitive. You can't say small percentages. Please, you gotta be careful. You can't speak for Kwame. I can't speak for them. You can't speak for them.
No, but what I'm trying to say to you is, but listen to this, family. If I say to you,
I don't like the way you guys portray like Somaliland as a brutal regime.
But listen. You're speaking for Somaliland. Are you speaking for
I'm not
Waqooyi or are you
speaking for
speaking for
Somaliland.
Somaliland?
I'm speaking
There's
for the
Waqooyi.
whole whoever. No.
Listen
Who
to
I'm
this. There's
speaking for?
Waqooyi.
Let me say. No, that's it. No. Sorry, that's a
Yeah.
question you asked me. I can
Yeah.
answer it.
Please
quickly.
tell me that.
I'm speaking for Dodka, red, white, and green or gold. That's who I'm
Okay.
speaking for.
Okay.
Edi inta or gold. Edi and
عدي
inta or
أوغول
gold.
صح ده عدي أنت أوغول وي
Edi inta or gold. I can't speak for no one else. Edi inta or gold. والله إن هذا بدنمو. But I speak for them. أنا إنت أصلا رأسنا. I can't speak for no one else.
صح ده مركا هذا صح ده هذا ولا لا. Like you spoken about the genocide and that. As I'm Waqooyi person, I don't agree with you because you're taking it out to be I was the only one that was attacked, Marka.
I never said that.
Don't share
I
that
never
with
said
you.
that.
So
I never said that. Did I say that? No, you're putting this is what I'm saying now that yeah.
Don't share that
No,
with
no. Sorry, one yeah. It's factual, yeah. I didn't put don't put words in my mouth, yeah. No,
I'm just using
I'm
not putting words in your mouth. I'm not putting no word. You come out your mouth saying
no.
Somaliland.
This I'm gonna
you went
leave
genocide.
I don't edit my stream. No. I said I didn't want to say nothing nowhere near that. I never said nothing nowhere near that.
So
repeat that question.
So what I'm trying to say to you, cuz yeah, you see, put Somalia aside, hotel before you open up Somalia, the battle waxay ka jirtaa Somaliland itself la dhaho meesha Somaliland wala heshiis hataa lama galin Somaliland meesha la dhaho itself, the people themselves don't even agree with it. Ma garatay until marka la isku imaado and 100% boqolkiiba a vote dhacdo, the only way isku heshiinayaan let a vote happen. A proper vote, a free vote where people can decide for themselves. But the government there and the government that always been there don't want a vote to happen. And if that's not going to happen, I don't see Somaliland moving forward on. Because until they sort out their own problems in the Somaliland line, I don't think that's going to change, brother. So we keep that one aside. We talk about it another time about Somaliland, Somaliland.
Well, anytime. I'm always ready to have this type of conversation.
Until Somaliland sorts out its in self problem to the Somaliland, it can't talk.
Go ahead, we done. Do you want to come through?
Yeah, I don't quite understand it. I mean, and what you're trying to say is, and some people want to be part of Somalia. Some Somalilanders want to be part of Somalia. That's what you're saying, right?
What I'm trying to say to you is, if Somaliland breaks away, the Qabilas that live in Somaliland now, like Khartoum State, Lulbahanta, they call themselves Khartoum State, and which every Lulbahanta believes in Khartoum State, and Makr State right now that's going on. And then you got Outdoor State amongst them, whose people are screaming. So Marka, then the rest of the people were going to go. Saba Wakan. But until Somaliland had Somaliland, the old Somaliland, I'm talking about the old British Kimako Katari Somaliland Hori. Somaliland can immakachiro, it's commit Mahan Walalo.
And
what percentage of people control the government, and then the small percent, had to look, the people is a loads of people, but they only got 6 seats. Well, Sigili, it's got about 6 seats. It don't make no sense. So Somaliland, try to look at Somaliland government, and then you'll find out. Not Somali, Somalia, you know how we took it over there. We went to Somalia, and then now. Somaliland, but Somalia.
Okay,
that's having decided.
And answer me a question. And Khatar Imika, is Somaliland Khatar or is and Somalia? Which one is the aggressor?
There's not. If you look at it, if you say aggressor, there's no Somalia. So the whole Somalia as a nation is in problems. Is in case of, if you look at a case like that.
What I'm trying to say is this. And Dr. Khalid made a comment. I'm guessing he's from Somalia. He said Somaliland army is holding that place hostage. In fact, it's the other way around. Somalia is holding Somaliland hostage. Would you agree with that or not?
I disagree.
You disagree? Okay. Let's analyze this then. And Somalia is recognized internationally. Pretty much every country recognizes it, and Somaliland isn't recognized. Somalia is there by saying we do not recognize Somalia, and that land belongs to us. Who's holding who hostage?
Somaliland. Where have you seen any
Somali is
person?
holding Somaliland
No,
hostage.
I'm saying, where have you heard?
But by not recognizing Somaliland, they are saying that that land in Somaliland belongs to them. The whole international community recognizes Somaliland as a Somalia territory.
Yeah, they are Somali. Until they leave,
exactly.
We're still under Somalia.
So who's the aggressor? Is it? We're not the aggressors. Somalia is the aggressor. They're the one holding us hostage.
Aggressor, brother?
They are holding us hostage. They are holding us hostage.
Well, then you're holding other people hostage by saying Somaliland, the British Somaliland used to live in, that could they know done the one in Ikagoan, which they don't. You know what I mean? So you're holding Kabila the Kale as hostage. Let the Kabila the Kale decide for themselves. Do they want even Ikagoan? Why not?
Listen. And I've been to Somaliland, but I didn't get into politics or anything like that, and I don't even plan to. I don't even follow up the bills. The first thing I said to Somalis when I came back here was, you need to get rid of tribalism. That it's ruining everything.
It's rooted deep in everything. I don't talk. Go on.
And from what I saw in the country, the majority was fine. We have our own currency. They have their own currency.
Where did you go, Baba?
In Bur'o.
And where else?
And Miga.
Okay. So you're only speaking for Bur'o, Walala. That's not the whole Somaliland. Listen. Let's get the words correctly. Yeah? There's Waqooyi and there's Somaliland. Let's keep it like that. Let's separate that part. Waqooyi waxaa la dhahaa dhulka waqooyi oo dhan dad badanaa degan ma garatay, and then there's Somaliland oo calan leh oo wax kasta leh imanka jiro ma garatay. Burco waa dad baa ogol, even Burco dhexdeeda dad baa ogol, dadna way diidan yihiin ma garatay imanka. Marka you can't really say Somaliland oo dhan waa Burco, ma fahamtay, or even Laascaanood, or even Bohole, or even maxay ahayd when you look at
what you speaking for, and Bahantahan, like, come on, what are you trying to say? Yeah, well, only in your
I'm Harti or
yeah, no, but
you get it.
But what do you okay on that side? Yeah, why is that by because recently, as a Nindu Bahanta, furthermore, we're gonna go deeper in it. Yeah,
because I can only speak for my own self. Had the imaka the way the situation that we live in now. Had the kuchurno or that came imaka kuchuran. I can only speak for them. I can't speak for that Kakale Magarate, what they experience or what they want to talk about. My family. So I'm speaking for Harti Ahan or Hartiwoko Yibal Magarate. That's what I'm speaking for. But you might get someone that disagrees with me, which you might get someone from Ishaq Qabil that disagrees with you. My family. So that's what I say. So, but I love for it to unite. I love for Somali to unite.
So why would you be against?
I like to like. Yeah.
Why would you be scared to, say if we part ways and do our own thing?
Because you'll be like Djibouti. It'll be one dictator holding a country hostage. Because it's already heading that way. It's already heading that way.
How? Well, it's that's your opinion, though. But why would you say that, man? In what way, though? Go ahead.
Baba, it's been 30 years. Have you seen one Rubhanta president or one Wasigili president?
Musa Sasha.
It's what's so
no, we go buy a match. No, but we go buy a match of cause and no, but Sasha. It's what's so why? Why you say that? Why would you say that? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. If the minister of but I'm saying if the minister of health and the defense minister. No, I'm just saying no, sorry to let's have dialogue.
Come on.
No, but let's have dialogue.
Yeah.
No, but let's have dialogue. Let's have dialogue.
Yeah.
I'm saying if the Minister of Defense and the Minister of Health are both Dul Bahanta, yeah, why can't someone Dul Bahanta? We got biometric cards. We've been in Somalia has been recognized one of the best transition powers in East Africa. In South Africa is also. Distorka. Because just remember, Putin as well, the Bahanta can never be president. The same way you're saying that, yeah, I do go hard to because again, you can't even be the same thing as Putin.
I agree with
your cousins, with your Mary D-Block people in it, yeah. You can't even be president in D-Block. Is that why? Are you talking as a the Bahanta that's bitter right now?
No,
because
not really.
You know?
But I'm saying to you,
I don't understand. I'm just trying to.
Now, but listen to this, yeah. I don't agree with Putin. I don't even claim I claim I'm Somali, and every Bahanta you see who claim Puntland kuwa waxa weeye aragtida u shaqeeyaan just dan ahaan u shaqeeyaan like you say now Somaliland works for nin ka tagay Somaliland wuxuu shaqeeyaa Muqdisho shaqa ahaan buu aaday that's how I see yani qabta haduu Puntland aaday ma degan yahay Puntland ma degan dhulkiisa waxa weeye Sool Sanaag okay Nugaal there's Bahantas live there that's true Bahanta live right close to Garowe waxay degan ilaa Boocame ma garatay so if they want to go there that's a decision. If they want to come here, that's a decision. But in Imaka, Somali is not stable. You can't say in a go Araba, I go already mesh in Gurgaga Kashaka in Maka Kashaka or Sifan or Kashaka. Give the people a vote, give the people a chance. Do they want it, Marco Horeso? They don't want it. They even change of plan. But the way it's heading now, Sudan is going to head like how Djibouti is. One president, one person controlling. I'm not saying as a Qabila, I'm saying as a one president controlling a country. That's how it's going to be.
How? And that's how that's how you feel as a Dubanta. Say that's how you feel as a Dubanta standing on the other side. Because recently, as well, there was an uprising between you two guys. I don't know if it's for and against. So is that how you personally feel? Compared to factual evidence.
No, but brother, you feel the same. You feel the same way. You can't look at me. You danta harade waxa danta adigu ku roon ay dadkaaga u roon baa u eeganaysaa right now. Ma garatay ani danta waxa u eeganaya dadkayga u roon zool. Waxa u arkaa danta dadkayga waxa u roon uma roon waxa hadda Somaliland ku socdo. Adigana waxa u arkaysaa dantaada waxa weeye danteeda waa waqooyi isla nahay oo kam go'ayna because waxaan nagu dhacay situation waa sidaan waa inaan ka go'naa Soomaali anigana waxa taaganahay wax la imaad oo understanding oo ka go'no wadanka okay madaxweynaha hore ilaahan xariis uu dhintay ilaahan xariista ha kana fiilmay ilaahan xariistay uu dhintay muxuu dhahay dastuurka hala furo dastuurka hala furo add everybody in hala kala qorto dastuurka add Dhulbaanta give them their what they deserve was Dhulbaanta way badan yihiin that's why they going to Puntland that's why they traveling that's why they trying to organize their own self Khartoum state because if this would have been so simple hadu Musa Bihi whoever the president was open the store or qafka soo geliya and then everyone gets counted properly and si fiican laga shaqeeyo then understandable ma garatay walaalo but right now I don't see that happening waxay ku xiran tahay ninka madaxweynaha imaka ama whoever is going to be tomorrow madaxweynaha ku xiran tahay even hadii uu noqdo qof iska imaadayo u shaqeynayo kala Dhulbaanta oo iska shaqeynaa shicibku still say maxaa naga soo gaaray ma garatay
why do you feel like that do you feel like because of why do you feel like that honestly talk to me
nah
what's this shake again
because shake ma walaalo waxa weeye situation is cause I think you can only speak for yourself imaka ma garatay why do you feel like that why do you want to go
for me because of what history negates because of history
well I haven't experienced the same history as you I haven't experienced the same history as you I haven't experienced the same history so why would I when I go there marka can you understand where I'm headed to if I didn't
I understand you
if
so
I didn't share the same history as you and you have to give me a good reason to say and my brother why nalago ma fahamtay Somaliland aad dhisanayna nala go marka waxa ku weydiina maxaa u go'aa walaalo maxaa heesaayo hadda heesanin oo Soomaali ka go'aa imaka ما فهمت اي دهديد اوكي اني history xun ay ugu dhacay okay walaalo ani historygaas oo kale ugu dhicin okay maxaa imaka give me a good reason maxaa u go'naa imaka saas oo kale then you have to come with yeah baba this and that or anaka isku fiican anaka fahmeeno ma fahamtay anaka imaka dhisanayno wadankeena waxaan u sameeysan karnaa sidaan ma garatay but there's if you just say
if I was to come with the right proposals and say, you know what, okay, Shadul Bahanta, take over for the next 4 years, be president, have a say, and switch it around and give you more of a power share and say, you know what, all right, cool. Would you be more inclined? Because at the end of the day, I see you guys moaning from both sides. Like you're saying, Budlana, you're pissed off. This way, you're pissed off.
No, leave Puntland.
I don't know.
And what I'm trying to say to you, Puntland Kursiya Kulehin, like same in Somaliland Kulehin, because had the state not listening, because state had that listening, then you can't really say nothing in it. Imaka Wahalo, so how we military school has that wasn't to get me from both sides, military hand way, Magarate. So had the when you look at Sosanag and Ain, why territory that hey they call it a name, man. Were disputed or color were male problem badan culture ma fahamte so that's why so Puntland waxa weeye dadka Puntland aaday waxa weeye way aruusadeen harti ahaan like qabiil ahaan isku aruusadeen ma fahamte but then at the same time harti ahaan and one family is always going to be on top one family aska haysta meesha iyaga isku dhiibaan kursiga like that or color so if you look at the whole Somalia then it's all a mess man. All a mess. You know what I mean? As I'm speaking for aniga oo kale waxa u arkaa danta dadkeena wax kaso maahan ina iska sugno ilaa intay wax fiican ka heleno oo state iska sameysano for the time being oo la heshiina dadka charka lanahay oo sida Somaliland ama dadka isla deganahay isla dhalna isguursano oo isqabna because dadka ina la heshiino but heshiiska has to come from both sides walaalo.
Yeah, but I don't know how you're Glenn that I don't want to be part of. That's not even an issue.
We're not looking for another person. We're not even looking for how we to store kafur. Yeah, no good.
What does
give more chance to Rubantaha. What they deserve. What they deserve.
Well, in the Somaliland administration, is that what you're talking
administration?
But safety you already have it and it's already there. Why are you gonna? Well, you want more?
Baba, I speak to my uncles and family every day. Like you know,
but you speak to your family, but you speak to your you speak to your family. Imagine I could show you another hunter brother that speaks to another side of the family that's totally happy. Do you get where I'm coming from, my G?
Yeah, Baba, 102, and I can find same sort of the hunting. What are you? Are they it's hard,
I know.
Yeah.
I'm Samusa, brother.
So okay, I can find some Samusa guy.
That's my city.
Yeah, so I can find a Samusa guy that will say I don't want it in go.
Yeah, his name.
So that's what I'm saying. So
there's a bunch of them that come on this Somali speakers. This is what Somali speakers is designed for.
MashaAllah, I know a brother that will say that will say to you that I don't agree with this guy thing. I agree with settling this peace.
Yesterday, who was it? You see the last stream that we did, a brother called Winter Freeze.
Yeah.
He was even saying on the last stream, I don't even know that. I just want a prosperous man. This is what I propose. I always say, what about the Somali United Nations?
Now listen to that,
burn things down and change things down. I don't know because there's no way. Like I keep
brother. If you don't communicate and talk, yeah, then you will never get nothing out. My family, fam. So waxay ku xiran tahay imaka like intay go'itaani waxaan la gaarin waxa fiican in dadka inay heshiiyaan marka oo horeyso step by step. It's going to take a lot of while for it to work. Ma garatay. Somalia itself hold on. Imaka, what we're just talking about right now, every state of Somalia has got that same issue. My family had that same issue that me and you was just talking about for the last 15-20 minutes. Everywhere in Somalia has got that same issue. And everyone in Somali as a nation has got that same problem. So if you go to the Ugadin section, on the left is saying, I want you to join us with Ogadins with the name Onalef. But the other tribes are saying, nah, we are not Onalef. We are Somalis. So let's come to a table. Bagarati, I did Wafahabti. Saso kale. And then you go and Djibouti horta waxaa dictator iska haysto. So Djibouti dadki cabaadaya that live with him because Djibouti don't forget there's so many other people there.
He won his recent term in this. He just won his other term. So he's going to be there for, I don't know, 5 more years? I don't know how long did he just literally about a week.
Do you know that he said the five years before that, the same thing? The 5 years before that, he said the same thing.
Well, that's his last term.
Yeah. Go back 5 years ago and listen to him. He said the same thing.
I think when did he become power? 1998?
1998, yeah, well, Allah. 1998, I think. Yeah.
So Djibouti, there has been protests.
Yeah.
But then again, Djibouti is just a military base for whole of the world.
Thank you. Let's look at the bigger picture of it, well, Allah. Minimum, there's nothing better than minimum, well, Allah. Minimum Somali.
Yeah, but minimum, no, but okay, this is the thing. This is what scares a lot of people. You know? We tried it, it failed that way. So shouldn't there be new ways of minimum where you don't have to run me? I don't have to be jurisdictionally told what to do. Minimum Maha just, I don't know, one island, one nation, one army. I don't think so. There's multiple facets, isn't it? Like the UK, Arab talk, like they got the United Arab Nations, the United Kingdom,
you talk about states there. Right. You talk about states.
No states. I'm talking about, don't know.
You're actually talking about 4.5 right now. That's 4.5 right now.
No.
If you say every person to a state, Kisa, how else would they split into states, Maka? Through Qabil, Somali understand Garayan, and every state is Kagota. I mean, and then afterwards will come under one nation, like United Arabs or they do it by Qabil as well. I think they do it Arab by Qabil, United Arab, because I think they do that. I don't know. I need to check on that. But yeah, that's another difference. That's something that I spoke to someone about that one. That's actually something different. That's something that we might need to look into. You know what I mean? Every state, and in a state, your army go the wahka so that go the and then they come under one nation cast. I know what you're trying to say. Minima as like the whole Somalia as one of color, like how it used to be. It's going to be very hard. Which it is going to be very hard, Wallah. It is going to be very hard. You know what I mean? It's going to be very hard. It's not going to be. It's not. You have to remember, like you're saying it now, but every other people are saying the same thing. A guy from Butland, a guy from Jubaland, a guy from that will say, "Nah, man." Like, you know what I mean? Same thing like you're saying. You say, "Nah, but that's impossible." You know what it was. So there's loads of people that look at it from your section as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, so Ilahi no sahla wala, because the only way I see it as like a good strong government to come, you know what I mean? And if they come and like I was saying earlier, if the capital need to change, you need to look at the roots of everything, wala. If the capital need to change,
South Africa.
Yeah, that was banging idea. Like Sasso Kale. Like you can make one in Hargeisa, one in wherever other land, 3 places and then split it between each other. That makes a lot of sense. But that's the only way it's gonna happen then, for everyone to get together. First thing is first, let everybody sit on the table together. That's the main thing that needs to happen.
No, but say if some people can't even get to the table, should we call them out? The one that's why it's saying it. I think about it, yeah. If we really be honest, yeah, let's dive deep. Let's go deep in right now.
Yeah, let's go.
I think to myself, it's all the way what I touch it in. The only people I kind of say, and I'm gonna drop this from what I see, from what I'm observing.
Yeah,
I see only the only
people.
Say
exactly. Yeah.
The only people I see right now, it's Hawiyas or My man is inside the whole year. Because really, truthfully, that was what I see. Puntland also,
yeah.
Puntland, I see a bit calm. It's just these states in and around where majority of the whole year people live.
Yeah.
Is where most of the majority of the chaos is happening. So to sit on this table, like I say to everyone, yeah, this is the problem. I think when I like conflict that's happening in the south, is I think this is a personal opinion of mine.
Your mic is going a bit.
Sorry, I'm saying my personal opinion. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, your mic was going a bit, fam.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm
now.
saying personally,
No,
yeah.
Wallahi, I'll tell you what, yeah. I have family, friends, and I say the same thing you're saying. And they say to me, why am I going to join? Hey, look what they're doing. My side is peace.
The voting thing. See how recently the voting thing, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where then people can't even come sit down and she's on a voting. And Dapper was saying this the other day. There's a bunch of men in a room that called a big khilafah that no one's taking accountability for.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I know how you're looking at it, fam. I know how you're looking at it.
You just said there's no issue in Galmudug and Harshabel. I swear there's madness is going on.
Now Galmudug had the peace with Galmudug. It's not like before. Harshabel is a bit peace, but there's a bit that you have to all over Somali. So had the Galmudug is working to Melfi عندك وسعتاي مكة Galmudug has joined the boat of the states, which is doing well. Even you forgot about southwest, man. Shabelle the whole set, and what's that one called? Northeastern, is it, or something like that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Southeastern or something, innit? That's proper peace, Haga. That's peace. So I know how you're looking at. You're looking at like, look, we're not gonna stick around. It's been so long, you know what I mean? We might as well let's fix ourselves. Let's get it over done with, and then just move on. When they're ready, they can jump on. That's the sass way guy and badana. That's the badana sabe wakan. No one's gonna wait around. With this chaos and this madness, you know what I mean? We might as well just budge on. Might as well budge on, and then you join us later on when you're ready, or call it. But no one's doing that.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Alaikum salam walala. So do.
Yes, Tapo. Walk on, so do.
Hey,
I know you've been loving this conversation today, innit?
No, man.
It's
good that we're speaking about Somaliland because I was fed up with always talking about Somalia. And the host itself is from Isaac.
Too many bombshells in there.
No.
Somalia. I watched it. And then now today enough is enough. Let's really talk about Somaliland, what the issue is, and let's address it. Some people on the comment they call Abdi كلها stay away from our internal matters. Look, literally.
Tell Abdi. Like tell him like Dapper just jumped on. Where is he? Like Dapper. I'm gonna put the link out for him. You know what I love about these people, Dapper, innit?
Yeah.
At least I love about man that can come on and say what they say with their chest, innit? Yeah. I'm gonna put the link in there for you, Abdi.
That link is chest, Abdi. Who calls it?
That link is for you, Walala. Stop. I like. Stop typing.
Yeah.
كلها
stay away from our internal affairs. 24 hours is talking about Somalia. Yom Kasta 7 days a week, and then one day we talk about Somaliland.
No, man, this channel, bro, like I'm saying, yeah. Well, this channel is designed from, like I say, from Djibouti all the way down to the southern tip to where Kenya is. Everyone's on the table.
Even Ogadens, I welcome you.
Everyone.
Even the Ogaden
Everyone's
region, Ethiopia.
I even reached that far. I reached even that far. You know what I mean? I even told you.
Somali Wayne, anyone with Somali Wayne, the issue, we got to talk about it.
Fam, you can borrow my name for a little bit. Still, essence.
You say with the mother.
I think midnama. I think real Puntland ما تهي.
No, brother, I'm just Somali for now. We haven't
maybe
decided.
maybe waa ogahay Soomaalida laakiin xaafadee ka deganta Soomaaliya.
Soul.
Sool iyo Sanaag ma tahay?
Reer Soul Sanaag and Ain.
Dulbahanta ma tahay?
SSC. So I like this conversation. Very nice. Dulbahanta meesha la soo geli maanta. Yes, Dulbahanta la soo geli. So what do you think? Let me ask you, adiga, yeah? Because a lot, well, serious question. Daad ahaan. Aniga, my mom's side is Darod, yeah? My mom is from Kismayo. She's Marehan, and my grandmother is from Puntland, yeah?
Okay.
So Puntland is technically Sol and Sanaag belongs to Puntland.
No.
That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Feel it. But correct
No.
me. Let me just say, have my saying, then correct me. Bro.
Okay, go.
I believe that Sol and Sanaag belongs to Puntland and Ain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dulbahanta and Warsagili. I believe the fact that Puntland has a bit of a one system voting that Mahmoud Suleiman only deserves to be president in that region. I don't know why, even though Puntland was Darod Iskuma, somehow only Mahmoud Suleiman becomes president. Isa Mahmoud, Osman Mahmoud, Umar Mahmoud. That's it.
Yeah.
So the reason why Dulbahante and Wasagili are a little bit going towards Isaac regions is because Puntland alagia soya. That's what I believe.
Baba.
Puntland alagia soya.
Let me explain. Let me explain to you, family.
All right. Okay.
Aniga dhulkayga jooga. You get it? Dhulkayga jooga. Hadda dhulkayga joogo. Puntland waa Puntland. Ma fahamtay? Puntland waa Puntland. Aniga Sool Sanaag iyo Ain dhulkayga jooga.
Waa sax.
Ma garatay? Marka dhulkay marka joogo, we haven't got a state where already dadkeena dhexeena as a harti waqooyi like Wasangeli.
And you don't want to be like Khartoum state.
And state keena haysana dadkeena waa distant state keena.
But you don't want to be like Khartoum state, isn't it?
Like that or color, but anaka ka heshiino me Wasangeli ka heshiino that ma garatay. Like we're trying to make a state amongst ourselves in our country.
Yo, that's minimal Wutan. I beg you, hold up the panel, yeah. I'll come back.
Say nine.
But then afterwards, fam, there's few people in a galeen Somaliland or lehishiyen or rawan in a lehishiyan.
Kursi alagasiye.
Kursi shaqa iska helen, hagas iska shaqaysano yan. Ma fahamte. Then you got somebody in Puntland iska shaqaysano yan.
But idinku waxaa haysatiin meeqo kursi 12 kursi ma haysatiin oo xamar ku fadhisin.
Hammer, wallahi, exactly. I don't know meeqo kursi like kursi wax ku haysana Hammer. The problem Hammer naga haysato waxa weeye.
Because you guys got ministers. Dulbahanta ministers are joogaan was
joogaan.
So what joogaan?
4.5 Maka acted, they come under Puntland.
Sah.
That's the problem. I had the question. Puntland.
And I think, you know, I think because I think with Dulbahante and Wasagili when for all
exactly
Abdulwili Khas were the presidents, you guys were good. When as soon I believe as soon Denny came, you guys got fucked.
Nah, I believe not. I believe even for all was the issue. Even gas was the issue. I believe.
Okay.
If you don't believe,
what about Abdullah Yusuf? Was Abdullah Yusuf good then to you?
Abdullah Yusuf was good for the whole Somalia.
Okay. No, I don't believe in the whole Somalia. Ethiopia no Canada. I don't know. He was the founder. But the thing is,
exactly.
He only fucked up Somalia. He was good.
When you look at it in the other way, he was a snitch. He went to Ethiopia, no
Canada. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he was good to his region, but he fucked up the whole Somalia as a whole.
I want to correct myself, Hagai. You get me, fam?
No, he was good to Puntland, but he fucked up Somalia as a whole.
Somalia as a whole, yeah.
Yes.
But the case of Puntland, is Odyal or Kadigan Meshi done.
Mid aso both Kula Somaliland belongs to Sol and Sanaag. What cat other male? People, you know,
that me saying,
you know, I was listening to this documentary. Yeah, very. I will send this documentary to the link. Yeah, very important. The British said to Somaliland, first of all, you cannot become a country with one tribe.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secondly, you cannot become a country that has about how many regions? I think Berbera, Hargeisa, Marco, Hafidal Qudar.
Like 5 regions.
5 regions, right? So that you cannot. You have to widen your borders. So when you widen your border, you take it all the way down to Puntland. You claim Sanaag, you claim Sol, you claim Ain.
As soon you claim those regions, you got that country already unlocked. You can have a potential country, Like if you remove Sol, Sanaq, Ain from that region, أقسم بالله العظيم والله العظيم ما maybe ممكن في ليلة القدر والله العظيم possible today ليلة القدر. Mark my words. If I'm lying, may Allah bless, because I don't think there is a way for them to become a country without those 3 regions.
Brother, you think
so they're holding on to that. They're holding on to that, and I don't believe it's fair.
Dapper, let me just say a few words in it. Dapper, listen, yeah.
If I'm wrong, may Allah
now
listen.
Me, let me say my part in it. One second.
Hey.
At the office, fam. You see the world where Arkan, what's happening in Somaliland.
Yes.
Somaliland. Everyone sees it. No one's blind to Somaliland. Magarati. Somaliland, we're in it. I know. I'll tell you one thing, yeah. There's Waqooyi and there's Somaliland. Are we talking about Waqooyi? If we're talking about Waqooyi, you have to add that in there. Because Waqooyi...
Yeah, that's north. That's north.
That's
north. Yeah.
ما فهمت هذا. And then there's Somaliland. ما فهمت. Somaliland وحوي ضد اسكتري هل قبيلة كلا a few other people at اسكتري then وحرمنا إن نقول. لكن the rest of the people we're in a vote until the vote. We don't know.
Because look, Firi, this will then, you know what happened? Exactly what they are saying to us, Somalia is holding Somaliland hostage, yeah? Is exactly what you guys doing them for. Wallah al-Azim, I can go to Bur'a. I can go to Bur'a, yeah?
Just going around in circle. It's just going around in circle.
And listen to this point, right? I can go to Bur'a today, or I can go to Hargeisa. There was a video going around on Facebook. People were asking people, Hamar Ma'adir ahead. Wallah al-Azim, a lot of people from Burqa said, yes.
I know the little kids that say yes, and in the
Magalada Somali, yeah, they love it, yeah. All of a sudden, two army soldiers, like in a joke way, stand behind them, and they look around, they see those army soldiers, and they just change immediately. My Burqa kufr ahsana, Magalada hoida kufr ahsana, shay keda sala kene. And then I fear it's not because the people don't want Somalia. They don't want this and this and this. I think the government is pushing one narrative. Okay, the government is pushing one narrative that Faisal or Warabu ek. Warabu, because his nickname is actually fitting to his face.
Now
so,
that guy, he just makes it worse for
exactly. So I think
Somaliland
people like him are pushing one narrative. Like exactly. So people like him are pushing one narrative.
The more he speaks, the more people just say, you know what, this is what disaster.
Waka there. So I already figured out the whole system.
Yeah.
I figured out the whole system. The people are holding on to the dream. Well, there's a dream for you guys. I don't believe this. I believe that you guys running away from your responsibilities.
You know what it's cause, yeah?
And they're blaming. I used to feel it. Yes, I know. Okay,
everyone has to blame somebody there.
Blame this person. Okay, but
nah, that's long time ago, man. That's 30 years ago.
You're blaming me for Siad Bar. I'm not even Darot. I'm a Hawiyo. I'm Abgal. So you're blaming me for Siad Bar.
Yeah, that's just the people that think like that. No, not everyone does think like that. There's only few small percentage way.
والله العظيم for 30 years ديار
I know. Now that's only few people. A few narrow-minded people way. Not everyone.
I'm tired of this whole time, but we're playing the victim.
I'm tired of this victim. And truly, Somali even me.
I got bare Somaliland friends, bare land friends, and none of them come to me and said to me, all of them, when I ask them, they say, I'm Somali, bro. I'm Somali.
Baba.
And then when we say, what region you're from? I'm from Somaliland. I'm from Banadir. Someone would say, I'm from Puntland. And I'm like, cool. But Chinese,
Baba, even like my grandma is a sock. You know what I mean? Like, so... My sister-in-law,
my sister-in-law is Isaac.
Like they're grown up in Mahayhead. They grew up in Mahayhead.
ilmaha adeer u ahaya abgaal ba hooyadooda waa Isaaq waa habar Yunus waa ixtiraam walaasheed iga weyn waay. So what the hell is going on? I don't like this division. Every time this division.
So you know what it is, Walalo? It's like people use that politically. This is what I think, yeah. That's my own opinion, okay? I think it's used for political reasons.
Of course, division.
Yeah, it's only political reasons.
Because you've been to Somaliland, right?
Yeah, I've been there, man.
I feel it. People are delusional. They're delusional. They have to build the roads. Yeah, you can't even cross a road that is not even flooded with water. Okay, there is
Now, but
if you go to Berbera, you can't find water. You can't go find water in Bur'a. People
but you
need
know
to
what,
worry
Alo,
about
with
the reality.
that,
The reality.
you know what, with that situation as well, that's going around all Somalia. Like I
No,
said to
no,
you,
no,
family.
but I think the funding. You know why? No. The funding that Somaliland is getting is in Hargeisa mainly. It stays in Hargeisa. Do you think they take
Yeah,
it
it
to
doesn't go
Bur'a?
nowhere else.
But guess what they do?
Medical
Guess what they do?
though.
No, guess
There's
what they
few
do?
people are
They
pocket.
take it to Solid Sarak, though. They take it to
That's
Solid
what I said to
Sarak.
my brethren. That's what I said to my boy. Yeah,
They take it to
and
Solid Sarak.
SS.
Don't forget that, Abu.
That's what I said to SS. Yeah, if Somaliland was in a God, yeah, it would be like Djibouti. That's why I said that, Walalo. Because you know what I'm trying to say, innit, Dapper? You understand what I'm trying to say? Do you know what I'm aiming at? Because the way he's heading now, even that guy, they're not making nothing out of it.
No.
Only few people are making something out of it.
And on top of that, Wallah, on top of that, what I realized is
it's not even gonna be, yeah.
What on top of that, what I've realized is this, right? Because Firi, have you not wondered how comes I've even admit to this, right? You know the schools and the hospitals that built in Sol and Sanak and Ain are not built by Puntland, right? But Puntland was claiming that until up to 2008, yeah, or 2007. Guess who built the Somaliland? How comes they took that money all the way down to Sol and Sanak and not build any Barbari Merka Ukta Magal Udo Hargeisa wala Alobe? All the way down to Sol and Sanak and Ain, they brought money there and there. It's because they hold it. They have to. Because why do you think they give Dulbahante and Wasangili Dulbahante Wasangili and Waziro or Wazira Alasia MPs, Alasia ministers, top positions, because they have to hold on to those regions.
No, because you see the store
blackmailing, mentally blackmailing. So it's basically Puntland is not Puntland is not respecting you. We will respect you.
The Western world. The Western world.
I'm glad I'm speaking to someone from the Seoul region. Alhamdulillah.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Thank you very much.
Nothing's possible.
So they're playing psychology.
In any way you go, had to look Puntland. Forget about the
they're fucked up, brother. If you are not Muhammad Suleiman, Wallah al-Azim, if you are not Muhammad Suleiman,
you can't have the chair.
Fuck your chair, basically. Wagumesi. Wallah al-Azim,
so what Allah? Look at it from Somaliland side. It's the same thing. It's
technically the same thing. Because you know what they say? It's funny always. They say hal dir o madaxweyne noqday hal dir alu fano ya maadar.
It's the same thing though, Wallah.
Hal nin o Samaroon madaxweyne alu doortay alu fano ya afad. What about the other ones? All of them were 99%. What if you go to Parliament of Somaliland, 99% are probably Isaacs.
Yeah, Baba, you know what is the store why? The store hadala furin or lagu noqonin ya or la kala furin ya or la aadino dadka lagu darin and give the people their right. Ilaahay u naxariistay. Magaciisa muxuu ahaa odaga dhulbahanto ku dhintay jigjigo. Ilaahay u naxariisto man. How can I forget this uncle man? Oh my god. Oh man. He used to be a prime minister of Somalia as well.
Is it?
Yeah, he used to be a prime minister. Somalia, man.
The prime minister of Somalia. Well, I'm not very good with prime ministers.
He used to be a prime minister years back. Oh man, I forgot his name, man. Anyway, I said that dastuurka Somaliland buu aaday dastuurka fura way ka diideen. He was still waiting around. Way ka diideen. The country don't want to move forward.
It's a delusional country. You know what they say? We have a voting system.
Nobody wants to move forward, man.
Abo, you know their voting system. Have you noticed their voting system as well? Have you analyzed the voting system as well? They claim that this voting system is legit as well. Yeah, these voting systems are not really done in Tula. First of all, the voting system is done in Hargeisa, Bur'a, the big cities, and they are done. Majority
that claim Somaliland, the Dutka that claim Somaliland don't even agree with the Somaliland. They don't even agree with it.
Abu, wallah, they don't. It's a whole different differentials. Yeah, wallah, let's be really analyzing. don't even agree with it.
Okay. And why is it democracy? Look at it. If I go there,
Nah, that's just over the top. That's just a bit extreme.
فنانها ما أركي فنانها أو حمر آذايان أو ماشي العكس وسمينا كبعد هرجس وصلابنا حبس الله.
That's عبورس man. That's عبورس ولا.
democracy ماشي democracy ما يعلم.
Can you blame them though? Dapper, can you blame them?
Can you blame
them for hating Somali?
Can you blame them كلها?
Can you blame
them? Can you blame them?
You're devil advocate. You're devil advocate.
Wait.
You can't really do.
You're the devil advocate. You're the devil advocate.
I just asked you a simple question. Can you blame them for hating Somalia?
How can you hate Somali?
Are you mad, bro? Even if you say, can you blame them? Are we Hitler?
What are you talking about?
أنا Hitler man.
Some stuff you shouldn't even say Walala.
Can you blame them? While he's laughing, he's saying it while he's laughing. You can't take it serious.
Don't really say that Walala.
What do you mean?
Then stop loving me. I can't.
I can't take.
Well, that's the problem. We don't work.
I know. Because I love you.
Then stop loving me.
I can't.
Well, that's the problem. We don't work.
What happened here?
Okay. Dapper, listen. I'll answer it for you. So you're saying you do blame them for hating you, even though
Stop
with the war and everything
me.
that's going on that happened. You're saying you do blame them for hating Somalia.
No. Next time I come to Hargeisa with the blue flag,
Well, I won't even go there.
Yo,
I said to myself,
Dapper, you guys have been talking for 20 minutes straight. Let me talk.
Okay, let me talk.
Dapper,
take your time, family. Join us.
Dapper, do you agree? Do you agree that Somalia is holding Somaliland hostage?
Hostage?
What is hostage? Define hostage.
Yeah, I explained it before as well.
Define hostage. What's hostage?
What's hostage?
Okay, and the international community recognizes. I explained it earlier before, they recognize Somaliland as Somalia territory, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who is Somaliland?
Is it a functioning autonomous country right now, Somaliland? Yes or no?
Somaliland.
Is it a functioning autonomous country, Somaliland?
Talk to the
Somaliland.
Talk to the Senate.
Do they have a government? Is it a functioning? Is it a functioning country? Is it an autonomous country? Yes or no? Why can't you guys be honest and sincere?
Let me answer.
Why can't you guys be honest and sincere?
Talk to the guy from the region.
Let me talk to the guy. You know who Somaliland is.
Okay. So who is Somaliland? You don't want to answer me that.
Well, okay, we try to answer the question.
It's a country. It's a country. Yo. Somaliland is a country.
No, what is Somaliland?
Yeah, Tertib. Let's all take turns on Allah. Yeah.
Somaliland, what is Somaliland? Let's be really honest with each other.
Okay, what is Somaliland? Okay. What else was you saying, brother? Somaliland, the British time.
In what year did Somalia and Somaliland join as one country? What year was it? 90. What year was it? You got
1960.
Somaliland never became a country.
We was. Come on, 7 days.
We was a separate country. At first, we was a separate country. We was.
It's minimum, man. Stop denying history.
Come on,
man. You asked me who. You asked me. No. You asked me a question as well. No, you asked me a question as well. You said who's Somaliland?
Sorry, you got.
No, واحد هاي. تذكر يا جرانسا. دي أولادي سيابرة ردي.
1991.
I'm gonna do a whole episode May 18th on Kuparito what Somaliland is. Dana Paran.
So for like
that's Liberation Day. No.
I'm
doing a whole show.
Don't take credit for Dole de Siadbura. Yeah,
Dapper. I'll ask you the question that you asked me. Yeah, I'll ask you the question you asked me.
Why are you all shouting up there? Everyone calm down, please.
Dapper. Sorry, my bad. Dapper, I'll ask you the question that you asked me. Yeah, what is Somalia?
But easy up to why you hyped up?
عادي اسكت
18 of
No,
May
no, no, no.
would 26 of June
You guys
when
ain't
we
letting
took
me
our
talk. They ain't letting me
independence,
talk. They ain't
Ah,
letting me
no,
get a
no.
what
simple
the name
question in.
let him talk
I
let him talk
swear.
but please
They,
أبتي عادي وهذا
me talk. I let them talk the whole show. I talk once and they're all over the place.
هذا
Okay, okay. So 1967, that means for like 23 years, Somalia, this country that you guys are referring to as this one region, Somalia, this country was only in existence for 23 years. Before that, it wasn't even in existence. Somaliland was a country that existed long before that, longer than that as well. And you're saying you do not recognize Somaliland. Furthermore, you're saying to the international community, the whole world, that Somaliland doesn't exist and that territory belongs to us. A country that only existed for 23 years and which didn't exist before that. Who's the darling here? Who is the aggressor here? Who is the
who's the
Dembe
what
here?
who's the what the
It's you
darling
guys,
okay
it's not us.
Okay, can I
Why?
come in now?
So you understand why Somalilanders hate Somalia. You
Thanks,
should
wallahi.
understand by
I
that.
love this guy,
Why-
wallahi.
هي فين
Good guy.
هي بس
Good guy.
هناك وابحث
One
هناك
guy,
وابحث
one guy.
استيجي
سي حسينا إن شنو الشيطان
Ah,
حسنا
that's it.
أنا
Sadak
رمضان
is gonna
وقتنا
Sadak
لا.
this guy is proper emotional right now Sadak
Ah,
Alright,
It's
Ricky,
not
Ricky,
emotional.
Ricky.
you have to get like that because he's patrioid, but
والله is emotional
brother, when the British and the Italians came waxaa la jiray gumaysiga markuu gumaysigana haysay waxay ahayd Somaliland ma fahamtay taas there's no disagreeing in that the British left yeah which calan aa surnay it was the Somali calan fam if you don't know your history gaga the first calan aa la suray was that Somali blue flag that you see aa la suray in Waqooyi ma fahamtay then we went with that flag and we took it to Somalia and then Somalia ka dhignay we united from the north to the south.
For 23
then,
years.
What? Let me finish. Then, 1991, I'm asking you, which Somaliland you're talking about, Hada? 1991, Somaliland or Dashtay, yeah? What I'm trying to say to you is, don't represent the whole of Waqooyi. ما فهمت هذا إمكا. Until Waqooyi self unite ele imadan Alan so or leeyihiin wax dadka isku imaadaan properly then they can agree on if they're going to call it Somaliland if they're going to call it whatever name they're going to call it.
Wait, who's this Waqooyi you're talking about? Sorry.
Waqooyi what dhulka la dhahaa
in North Somalia he's talking about because
dhulka.
you look what he's saying basically is this look let me just put it in one point simple basically he's saying is only Isa came with that flag the day all that region of North Somalia come with that flag that Somaliland is claiming currently that represents that whole region, that's where we can say this is Somaliland as a whole. Currently, you are representing a whole region that you can't really represent technically because you're claiming it by force.
Another
That's what
thing,
he's saying.
one more thing I'm going to say.
Basically in a
No,
nutshell.
listen.
One more thing, family. One more thing, yeah. 18th of May, yeah. 18th of May, waxa weeye ma don't represent Somaliland ki hore Waqooyi dadka Waqooyi iska xoreeyeen Britishka the day it happened it was 26th of June we're supposed to be hanging our flags on the 26th of June not 18th of May wallah so we need to do our research wallah and then talk about
I know about the 26th June but I'm talking about but you do
okay listen
you need to hold your horses there.
Does that answer your
You
question?
need to hold your...
No, not exactly.
No,
exactly.
No worries, darling. Next time,
I'll tell you why, Dapper. I'll tell you why.
No,
firstly,
everyone's got right to celebrate anywhere, anything they want.
Darling, next time.
Celebrate any day you want.
Darling, kulaha. Darling.
Like waxa ka wada as walala. I just say minimum is the best way. Walala. Let's unite, fam. That's the only way we can move forward. Walala. Because otherwise we're gonna break into pieces.
Wu-Tang will take me to prison.
You control
he will take me to prison. He will take me to prison if he sees me with a blue flag.
I wouldn't take you to prison. I just said if Somalia, if certain Somalis went through the atrocities
Khalid will take me to prison
if they hate Somalia, you can't blame them. You can't blame them for hating it.
Not everyone feels the same.
You came with the flag.
You don't know what they experienced. You don't know what they experienced.
You came with the flag.
Not everyone feels the same.
You came with.
I came with a what? Sorry, I came with a what?
No, Somali came with the flag.
Listen.
You can walk around Somalia.
So this Somalia that you guys keep referring to, you are defining it simply by a flag. Simply by a flag. a culture that was actually made by the white man, right? Flags and all this.
No,
We
it
didn't
was
have
made by
flags
it was
back in
made
the
by
days.
no,
For hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, we didn't have flags. We were still a
brother,
country.
you
We don't need a
shouting does
flag
not
to be a
you
country.
shouting does not make your point right.
It was made by
Why are you
does
guys
not make your point
assuming?
right.
Why are you guys assuming that we
You
need a
shouting
flag
does
to
not
be a
make your point
country?
right, Sahib. Waqaqaylin but that does not make your point right.
No, you guys keep talking over me.
No, Waqaqaylin Balta, you have some squeaky
No,
voice.
I'm not shouting. Wait, let me
flag. You know that flag came from Waqooyi. Did you even know that?
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know anything.
What's the
He's
name
just
of the
talking
guy
out of
again? What's the
emotions.
guy's
Emotions.
name who
He's talking out of emotions.
What's the guy again? Ishak. We're supposed to know all of this, Olala. The guy who first Alanka Somali Alanka.
Listen. What I'm saying is the countries that existed before this flag that you guys keep referring to was created, doesn't change the fact that they existed before. Somaliland or this other country existed before this flag, and for some reason this flag is, you guys are treating it like it's your god, like this is it. We are now a country. Before that, we was not a country, and the country didn't exist. You guys are treating it like it's that way. Like the flag is the defining feature of a country.
Baba, when the British used to rule us, you're talking about, and you talk about that time. That's the time you're talking about, basically. What was we before the Gumesi? Every Qabil lived by itself. Every person
was a British
lived
Somaliland and Italian Somaliland before the.
Thank you.
Oh no, sorry.
So
before the Gumesi, before the Gumesi, everyone was living by themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, before the Gumesi, there was a Wasingili Empire.
Exactly. There was a Sultan Empire. There was the Aden Empire.
Adran and that, and then after when we passed that, it was different states. Remember this family? Different states. Everyone lived by their every state,
tribe, every region,
tribe.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. I don't trust you. I don't trust you lot to issue.
They ignoring this one fact. They ignoring this one fact. This flag.
Was it in any uptigis? I mean, in any uptigis, they get some
listen to this, cuz.
You guys are insecure. That's the problem.
Cuz, listen to this. What was before Somaliland? Before the British came to us? Gumesi get to know him, man. What was we?
I don't know, but it was a country. That's exactly my point. Before that, it was
come
a
on,
country.
you know, like.
Tell them you're from the north. Tell them the history. Teach them the history, Sahib. Teach them the history. They don't know the history.
What was before the British?
They don't know the history.
Listen.
He knows the history, Walala, man. Come on.
I don't exactly know the history.
They've been brainwashed for 30 years.
You have an agenda. I don't want to listen to you anymore. Wallahi, you have an agenda, brother. Wallahi, you have an agenda. Mid-nimo, listen, yeah? Listen.
We're family. We're supposed to move on from that. This is 2021, Walala.
I'm not going to lie to you. One thing up to man, yeah? Wallahi, ubillahi, how comes, yeah, the only people, as soon you become young, yeah, Isaac, I've noticed, is the only people that they teach them from young age. Somali Ali Solai, Somali Ali Solai, Somali Karahiso, Somali Nak, Somali Karahiso.
Not everyone believes that. Not everyone, I don't think.
Address the point. Don't say that.
In this conversation, I've noticed that you've been trying to
No.
like it was nothing, like it was no big deal.
No. When we talk about Somalia, when we talk about Hawiya, I take the truth. I take it. Take your turn today. Today's your turn. Don't take everything for offensive. Answer the question simple.
Listen to this, Walalo.
Take your day today. Today's your day. Let
me tell you what I say. You know what I say? I'm speaking for myself in Mecca.
Yeah.
I say this Somaliland, Butiland, D-land, V-land, E-land is not working, my friend. You know what I mean? Come better than that.
How is it not
working?
How?
It hasn't worked nowhere.
It is working though.
Go back.
The only thing that's not working is that Somalia refuses to recognize it. That's the only thing that's not working.
Go back home and all you're gonna find out is someone say to you, "Oh, you're that Qabil. This." That's not gonna work, Wallah.
What do you mean? That's happening in Somalia as well, not just Somaliland.
I believe
that's happening everywhere.
Thank you.
That's not
So
only
you are
happening in Somaliland.
that's
So what do
so
you
you are
mean?
Somali marka.
What?
Somali oo dhan waa isku mid baan wadanahay markaa de. We all going through the same
Why
ground.
do you hate?
What's the
Listen,
root of it?
Hunter.
You just proved his point.
Yeah,
bro.
lang up,
Wallahi,
lang
No,
up,
you
lang
didn't
up,
prove
lang
no
up,
point.
lang up,
Stop
lang
trying
up,
to
my
you
man.
just proved his point.
use your
You just proved his point.
subliminal messages.
Nah, man. Do you know it's not, man. Midnimo, do you know what it is, yeah? Man, who can't tell you lie, innit?
Midnimo.
Now you're gonna attack him. Now you're gonna attack him. I know you claim his region.
I'm
You
not trying
claim
to
his
attack him.
region.
I'm not.
You claim his region.
Man.
You claiming his
Cuz,
region. Why are you claiming his region?
You be claiming my region.
Why are you claiming
Midnimo.
Midnimo's region if he has no place? Why you claiming his region if he has no place? Why are you claiming
I
Somali
never
Sanaa?
said he had no place. Yeah, again, I love the way the words
You
you
just
put in
said
my
it right
mouth.
now.
Innit?
He just said it right
How?
now. Mel
I never said that.
You just
No,
said it.
man.
Mel
Eu como. I've Somali get faham you, know.
Mel
Dap is trying his
not
best
Soli
to
Sanaa
demonize
حكومة Soli Sanaa
Somaliland.
Oh,
حكومة
man, that's
Soli
not
Sanaa
sense.
حكومة magaaladiisu
Man,
xukumaa
the man there, langab.
magaaladiisu
You
xukumaa
can say
magaaladiisu
langab.
xukumaa
I
wuxuu
smell one. I love a langab, innit? I love a langab.
langaab kula
Yo,
landeerana langaab idinka xamar ka soo caroteen siyaad
Midnimo.
baraarin
Cuz, let's
Midnimo.
not fight amongst each other. Let's calm
Yeah,
down. Let's all unite.
Midnimo.
No,
Listen. This
Midnimo,
is
you know what?
the
That
thing
my
that I
guy,
don't
no,
understand.
Midnimo, my guy was low key giving you an L. كلها Mel
I know he was, buff. Listen to this, yeah, cuz I'd rather unite with someone who hasn't got Ugdad than someone who's got Ugdad.
I'll come back in 2 minutes, man. Hold on.
Midnimo, listen, yeah.
MashaAllah, preach something, MashaAllah. These people,
Dapper,
just
why
some
is he
more
always
reason.
interrupting me? Why is this Dapper always interrupting me? I don't get it.
I'd rather
Yo,
unite.
Midnimo, listen.
Odkaad
Midnimo, I can't even talk to you.
Somali
Dapper keeps talking over me every time that I try and talk to you. Every time.
nin idahay at least waa iscafine wixii dhacay way dhacday alxamdulilah waa isla dekanay awadan isla dhisano ilaahay rabbiyo I'll see the day when Somalia comes back to where it used to be, because that's all we want in Makkah for our
Where
kids.
it used to be. Why do you guys keep saying this?
It is gonna
Here's
happen.
the thing that you guys keep ignoring. This Somalia was only for 30. If it was established in 1960, it was only for 30 years. Literally only for 30 years.
You only
It has been 30 years since then. And
I think how your own self, you know, you're not speaking for everyone else. Who are you speaking for? You're only speaking for that kage, the gang.
No, I'm not speaking for anyone. I'm simply stating the fact here. This Somalia you keep referring to, you guys keep referring to, it was only for 30 years. It has been 30 years since then, and you guys want to go back to the past instead of moving on.
Move on then. I think you're
then
moving
move
on.
Yes, exactly.
Let's leave the conversation as that, because we're not gonna get nowhere. I think you don't know history.
You don't know history. Why are you angry? You're emotional about this. I don't know why.
I'm not angry. I just don't understand why people don't understand simple logic.
Up to you sound squeaky. I know, but we're just talking about a politic matter. They don't need to get so emotional.
I'll tell you what, family. I'll tell you what, yeah. Until I had the office, yeah, and I'm looking at the Qabila ahan. I could say, look at this. I could just unite. Darod ahan, all the Darod. Arabaina is good. No, ma fahamte every Darod, and then Hawi can say all Hawi ina got narabna. You know what I mean? Harabtin why you're got because that can wise line it. Why not got narabna?
Yeah, and it's only and we was only together for 30 years. We can all say that. Exactly. You know what I mean? هذا قفكس قبيلتي هذا وحلي أوكي أسكت قلنا بركاب حاجة بهنا يدك كاسودان دول وين بحسنا أقولنا أنا كنا. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It doesn't work like that, wallah. You know what I mean? If it worked like
this
that,
is exactly what the North is doing. Basically, hal qabila
that mentality. You got to finish this sentence.
Let me just finish this sentence. Is this exactly what happened in the North? Hal qabila usku imaade is and then they decided for the North.
My logic is plain and simple. Wallahi, my logic is plain and simple, and you guys want to keep denying it.
We're gonna call it the Somaliland. Soli Sanag is not your region. You can't claim Soli Sanag by force.
No, حسبتشري ضد ما
انتوا البحث ما توا you البحث or was give the other guy mean I'm talking about
I don't know my clan. I know my
you're not with the it's not your region.
No, my father's
it's not your region.
Well, the only way we could get together is Minimos Somali Somali nation, and then every state by themselves, they can rule by themselves if they want. If they want to unite, let them unite. If not, different states like it come under one government. ما فهمت. Which the way he's heading right now is the way he's heading. قال مدوكو قال هيرشويل Jubaland محل لها south east. Was it southwest or southeast? Dapper.
I got guys, I got to leave. And salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Have a lovely Ramadan, and I hope
you too,
tomorrow
man.
goes
I
well
have
for
to
you.
go as well. It's getting too late, but it's 1:20 as well, man. I have to be up early, fam, man. Nice speaking to you, though. Like, it was a nice conversation. Hopefully, we're gonna have another fruitful conversation. SS, you know I love you. All of you. So
Come on.
At the end of the day, you get me.
Come on,
you know.
Listen, we're gonna come back to the park soon.
Yeah, I'll come. Yeah, inshallah. After Ramadan is done, I'm gonna come check.
After Ramadan,
we're gonna have a good conversation, fam. Definitely.
Say no. We put something in the video for the people. Them still.
Definitely.
That's what you're saying.
Definitely, man. So take care of yourself, cuz. Yeah, look after yourself.
Say no, my brother.
Right. Safe.
Yo, big up to the people. Then please hit up the like button, hit up the subscribe button all day long. Bang bang. Yes, that all.
Yeah, I'm glad that this guy came on about people like him need to speak for the region that he owns, he belongs from, and not just our people. With all due respect.
Who?
And Nemo, he's from Sol. He is a mid Owil Hawadul Bahantawai.
You've got some problem with South people, innit, man? Everyone anyone who's in that region, listen.
With region,
please, man, don't worry, listen, Amos, man. Why you making man yell, man? I beg you, listen, let's have a we can have a dialogue. You gotta come from, don't need to scream on top of each other's throats. I'm just saying, like you just said right now, some people need to stop speaking. But who lives in a region, whoever lives in a region, whether it's from the south, east, or north, you're entitled to speak about what you want to speak about. Go ahead, come through. Hello, Kate Dapper, you there?
Yeah, you muted me in it. You want to take control, it's fine. But listen,
that's not man. You're yapping.
You want to take control, it's fine. Like this guy owns the region, belongs to this region, and you as a Isaac want to speak for his region and say this is Somaliland. No, Nika, you spoke about it and he said I'm Somali. So why this? And then you came with the cheapy.
When did I say you could go back on the stream? You could hear yourself.
You even said.
I did not say one thing.
And said, you said
it's a joke. I'm not allowed to joke with Dulbahanta.
Yeah, what there? And then even last time you guys said I remember you guys saying it. So let's be honest with each other. Let's be honest with each other.
What's that?
Even you guys said last time Dulbahanta.
You're yapping right now. I don't know. You made 100 points in it. What do you mean? You made 100 statements right now.
I know that.
Say something. You just said 50 things at once. What do you mean? Break down what you just said. You said this. You said that. You said this. Just break something down. What did I say? What's rubbing you up the wrong way?
If you want to listen, you can listen. If you want to ignore it,
it's right there, bro. You know it's gonna be up there for everyone to listen to. But what do you mean? I don't get it.
Okay, listen.
Why? The floor's all yours. The floor's all yours. The floor's all yours.
You said Nick Khan Hadad Marco Okta, he was claiming to be Somali. You came with a cheeky point, and this is not your cheeky point. This is always you guys say it.
You guys, me, no, speak to me. What did I say?
It's you guys.
You guys. I don't represent no one.
What can make it? They get sent some so I trap Grenza.
Where they get sent here? But you're saying we. You're making it plural. Don't make it plural.
Correct me after.
Don't make it plural.
Correct me after I'm done.
Now go ahead.
So you guys, correct me when I'm done. I will continue what I'm saying. You guys, exactly what you guys say is, Dul Mehe said at you prove my point. You
I
said
never said Dul. I never said Dul. For fuck's sakes, man. I swear to God, though. I'm going to timestamp what I said.
You don't want to
listen. Go in the comment section tomorrow.
Nick Khan is going to speak for his region. He clearly said he's not from Somaliland. He belongs to Somalia. Simple as that. And that's the point I made. Finished. Khalas.
I never said nothing. I said, and you go hear the stream, yeah? And everyone's gonna hear it, and then I hope everyone says, "Well, like who's in the wrong?" Yeah.
No.
Putting words in my mouth.
We know exactly what you said, bro, man. Even the guy clocked what you said.
Yeah, I'll repeat. It's right there on the stream. Everyone can hear it.
Yeah.
I made a remark. I thought it was a joke. I said, "Yo, man, I can come
You know you guys mean it.
Mean what?
Listen, there's always a joke, but there's always the jokes. There's always undercover hidden agendas. You know exactly what you guys mean by that. It's not the first
What's
time
the hidden
we heard.
agenda? What's the hidden agenda? What's
It's
the
not the first time.
innuendo then? What is it?
It's not the
Speak,
first time we
man.
heard the
For what?
agenda. This agenda kind of talk from itself, people. Let's be honest with each other.
Oh.
Don't get heated because today is your people on the seat. Last time you enjoy when you speak about Somalia and Comfort Galbed. Yeah, Somalia.
I speak about everywhere.
Yes,
There's
exactly.
Somali speakers,
Today
brother.
is your guy's turn, and the guy made it clear that he is from.
Do you mean you
Sol
guys?
and
He
Sanag
spoke
region.
an opinion. Do you know what an opinion is? Well, no, no.
Listen, don't get offended.
Do you know what when someone says something offended? Who's offended? He had an opinion.
He represents the Sol and Sanag region, Wadulbahanta. He lives in that region. I think you live in Bur'a.
I'm not from Bur'a. This is how no, listen to this here. Do your research here.
You can claim to be
I'm not
Somaliland.
from Bur'a. I'm not from Bur'a. I'm from Hargeisa. I'm
I'm
far away from there.
I'm Bur'a boy. You keep saying every day from Bur'a boy. Waka. I know it hurts today. It hurts, but it's fine. That كروت متى جديدة يا وكا ده. والله it's ironic.
I know you
Wallahi,
waffle in it. You waffle in it.
The first time we
just
got a guy from
in it.
Sol and Sanag in this region that actually said, you know what, I'm from Somalia, I represent Somalia. He gave you a breakdown on the whole hypocrisy on your logic. And then matter why.
What logic? I don't know.
We have Abdi here the whole time saying, don't talk about our internal affairs. انت متكل اسوء بودو دويو مال معمول لي سينما هستين. I heard last time you made a stream about it and said Darod ma imamulai. Well, let's be honest with each other. You're never gonna let a Darod become a president. There we go. With me. Dulbanti was a Darod, so Darod are not gonna, if they're not gonna be ever president. So what's the point of their joining?
But it's logic to all the numbers. If
so then why are you taking the region? So why you want the region? Why you want the region if you're not going to make the president? Why you want the region?
What do you mean? No, like I said to my mom, he said he's going to have more seats. I said, well, if you're going to have your voice, you know how a conversation works. Listen, you know how dialogue works.
It's not how
you know how dialogue works. No, but you're just screaming.
But you get offended.
I'm trying. Every time I talk, you're gonna talk in it, so it's just weird.
No.
Dialogue works. Look what you're doing right now. I'm trying to. Dialogue is dialogue.
You're not happy with what I'm saying to you. That's why you get offended.
I'm trying to respond to what you're saying. It's not about I'm happy or sad because what you're just saying is just talk. Well, it's not gonna affect, man. I'm not gonna lose no sleep over this. Yeah, things ain't magically gonna change overnight. No, we're having dialogue, and our dialogue works. People speak, they understand.
Listen. Speak and I'm quiet. Don't address me. Speak about the dialogue then.
So what is the dialogue? You're saying 50 things. What did I say? I said all I'm saying is there's people in that region. If they're gonna have a referendum and they vote one side and one side, fine by me. You get where I'm coming from. And then you can vote in the north. Apparently, it's legal. You know. You understand where I'm coming from? You wanna say something?
I don't understand this point. Well, it makes no sense to me. So what does the voting got to do with this now? The whole region, what we're talking about is this. It has nothing to do with the voting. The voting is that the point is that Sol and Sanag Ain are being claimed by Somaliland. You guys are saying, I have a word for word from your mouth. Darod is not gonna run me. Okay? It was really a Darod.
I said if they vote and they're part of the system, and like my man said, which the majority rules. What I said. If they vote and the leaders Darod, yeah, he's want to vote.
That's the same system in Somalia then.
By who? By House of Parliament? By when? When does Somalia ever vote for president? Now, who ever voted in Somalia? Allah Kudashi. When has there been a vote? When has there been a vote for the people? What do you mean 1.5 system?
1.5 system. What system you just explained to me is a 1.5 system?
Are you fucking? Do you listen to people or do you just cap your mouth? No. Listen. Who's the majority in the north?
They're gonna rule that.
Okay, so if there's a voting system, and you're saying people are voting, and they vote for someone, who do you think is going to be in power most likely?
Then you're describing literally a 1.5 system.
It's not 1.5 system. It's the vote, is it? But if there's a Musharraf Daroda, that is one accent, and he wins the people's votes, boom. Of course, people are going to vote for him.
ماشي
يا ودي دي.
حبيت حكردوس محكمة الله صباح حلقينه يا
And what do you mean? Why? How do you know this? It hasn't even happened. This hasn't even happened.
Right now, right now it's happening. You guys, Musharraf are being put in prison. I know you're not covering it, but right now in Somaliland,
yeah, put a link in it. Who? Like who? For what? Why are they getting in prison?
Don't
Show
worry,
the evidence.
your region is
Show
peaceful.
the evidence.
No, your region is peaceful.
Show man the evidence. Put a link in the chat right now. Watch
even
it.
Even Shimbir, I was having discussion with Shimbir. Even Shimbir agreed with me. I don't know if you don't want to address
Shimbir.
that
Who's Shimbir? That's someone just typing.
It's not my matter. It's not my problem. If you want to hide it and sweep it under the carpet and only show the
man the proof. Stop talking. Stop talking and show man the proof. Just put a link and show man.
Do your homework, Walalke.
Do your homework. It's right there.
The way you're doing the homework for Somalia, do the homework for your region.
What do you mean do the homework for my region? It's there.
Because currently it's black and white. People have been thrown in jail or that is all Sharhan, and it's black and white. Everyone knows what's happening in Somaliland, but you don't want to talk about it. Somalia.
Show me the link. Has anyone in the chat got a link for this story that my man's talking about?
Somalia or Arrusin, Malik Somalia, got to talk about Somalia. But regarding your matter today,
if there's a bombing, I'm going to talk about it, man. But like, this guy's a nuts.
What about
if there's anything what's going on, man's going to talk about it, bro.
Right, okay.
Like you're saying, you're telling me on my own platform.
The double standards. Talk about your region. People have been put in prison right now.
Bring it up then, innit? Oh, bring it up then, innit?
It's funny how the double standards matter. Somaliland already. Even so, SS is getting angry.
No one's getting angry. I'm just back to you're just making nonsense. You're just talking. You're yapping.
No, but like is the fact that today we addressed your region. Niman Akudehen measure.
Yo, I don't even know this. You cough like what the fuck? Some people will like make me laugh, man. So this time I still don't get one word that this guy's saying from. Yeah. Abdi knows, man. You just love to talk. So. Yeah. I don't even know what like you. Just. I hope my man actually, you know what? Some people actually go listen to themselves on a screen. It's a jolting. But so fucking and keep enough that like, jeez. I ain't seen someone screaming like that for years, you know that. What did Robin say? Let the you know what, you see when people talk like that, yeah, for no reason. On one layer, but sometimes you said this, you said that. But it's someone speakers. We are gonna let people have their point of views. Big up Number, big up Bhutan, big up what's his name, everyone that come through. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, people.